This is the One Piece Podcast, episode 867 for the week of Monday, May 4th. I'm your Zach Delaney.
And I'm Steve. May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. Wow. Steve, what have you been up to this weekend?
Disney.
You never talk about you, Steve. You never talk about that.
No,
how you love Disney.
Me, Steve, does not like Disney at all.
I'm gonna pitch you down in this. I'm gonna fuck with this so bad. And with us today is our Fight Together co-host, video essayist, Marlin on Oddity Roadshow, editor and whatnot. It's Shannon Strucci. Shannon, what's happening, Shannon?
I'm excited to be here. It's been a minute. I'm behind on the manga, so I haven't been coming on the show, but I was like, I don't have to be caught up to do this, so here I am with some of my Atlanta friends.
Well, I, Zach Logan, am not judging you for that. We also have, from the Do You Validate Network, GM of Critical Bits, Oddity Roadshow, SS Badship, host of Rift Tank, In Person Live, we have Joel Ruiz, Joel Riz. Am I saying that right?
The first one was right. Hey there, One Piece fans. You're going to not like me. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a heads up. I'm not going to be your cup of tea. I've never listened to the show. I stopped during the Odin arc during the Odin flashback. I'll get back to it, but I just want y'all to know, come at me.
Breaking kayfabe for a moment. So nice. I'm still thinking about the comment that we got on that Rift Tank video that was that called you gay, Bert Kreischer.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I love that one. Gay Bert Kreischer was a good one.
They were so upset too.
Yeah,
Why did you watch
They were annoyed. They were physically irritated.
Like, how did you find that?
Didn't they like say something too of like, watch the whole thing wasn't for me? It was like, why? It's an hour. Stop.
You have an off ramp, certainly.
You can.
Listeners, if you don't like when we're weird and gay, just put the episode down right now.
You're not gonna.
Yeah,
like
you're
this.
done. You're done.
Like it.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. And last but not least, we have comedian, podcast host, friend of the show, also on Oddity Roadshow, which makes me think this is just a coded message to Vero to go and guest. It's Evan Brando.
What's up? One Piece audience, I hope you like me. I'm very much on the other side of Joel. It's okay if you don't. It's fine. I get it. But I would like it if you liked me. So Joel and I are approaching it from very different.
Your shirt says welcome because you're a doormat.
Yeah.
I was
about to say, Evan's got that.
I'll say whatever you want.
Evan's got that dog in him.
Damn.
That sad dog. Yeah. Evan got left on the side of the road.
Damn. I did not know that was where that was going when you pointed it out.
I thought you were going to compliment my really
Vero,
cool...
if that was your audition to come on a Do You Validate show, come on.
Yeah.
Get booked.
Thank you. Sometimes I can be
now, just to explain why you're basically watching a Do You Validate show wearing a One Piece podcast skin, like the substance. We're off this week. There is no manga. And Greg is doing this wonderful thing called being on vacation. So being that there will be no SGS, we have now kidnapped the show. And we're doing all of this fucked up gay shit. So like I said, you like Vero said, you might want to zone out if this is not your bag. But before we get into our program for today, Vero's got some lightning round questions for our new guests.
Circling back to making fun of Steve, I just received a picture of him at Disney World. So,
Aww.
And he looks like I'm going to be nice.
I'm gonna be nice.
Like
ice him on air.
I was mean to you, so you get to go first.
Oh, great.
Yes. This usually takes 5 gazillion years, so we're gonna do this like we're speed dating. You guys have 3 minutes each. Who is your favorite straw hat?
Ooh, favorite straw hat. I
And in 100 words or less.
100 words or less. I like Frankie.
Okay.
I think I don't need to keep counting. 100's a lot.
Yeah.
No, I like Frankie a lot. He's exuberant. He's there for everybody when he's needed. He maybe dating Robin, which I think is a pretty cool thing to do objectively.
Hell yeah.
And he's got cool hair. I don't like that he has the buzz cut. That's my least favorite.
The buzz
look
cut
in.
is I get it.
Yeah. And he's super.
And he is. Wait, can I?
Super.
Thank you. Okay. Joel.
My favorite. I think I gotta still go with my OG favorite of Nami.
Correct. That's the correct answer.
Because she doesn't take shit from anybody. She hates men, is a lesbian, and just wants money. I respect her. Go Nami. Yeah.
Life goals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if anyone out there says
that was
Nami's
a test,
not a
Joel,
lesbian,
and you passed.
you're wrong.
Our listeners are gonna love you.
Yeah, I already know. I already know. They're like, oh, this guy gets it.
Okay. Favorite non-straw hat.
Favorite non-straw hat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Number 3 queer.
No, it's Mr. 2.
No, Mr. 2.
Bon
Clay.
Mm-hmm.
That's objectively the right answer.
I will say, yeah. And I will say, when I first started watching, I was like, I'm never going to ship anybody. But then eventually I was like, Bon Clay is my boyfriend, and Boa Hancock is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
We do stuff all together.
Yeah, I think Bon Clay. Sorry. I'm contemplating putting Boa and Bon Clay in a room together and just seeing what happens. Like,
it'll be fun no matter what.
That's a good room.
Queen out for
They
sure.
would have been on the boat together in Marineford. On the way to Marineford, they would have been. No.
That's a good boat.
No.
No.
That didn't happen. Okay, who's your favorite non-straw hat?
I love a dumbass and a bad hat. It's got to be Trafalgar D. Law,
I was
baby.
gonna say, that could have been anybody.
Yeah. No one does it worse.
Yeah.
No one is scuzzier. No one wears jeans in the rest of the show, as far as I remember.
For some reason. Tom wears jeans.
Yeah, he might. There might be others, but I mean, you know.
I think that scene where we meet him for the first time in the anime, and he's like sitting there, and he's like on the crate. I think he looks like he sells drugs to elementary school
That
kids.
guy.
Yeah, he's got this vibe.
He's so cool, but he also looks like he shops at Spencer's Gifts, and I got to tell you, pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah.
I want to say Evan has a long cosplay sword in his living room.
Yeah, that's
which I think
true.
is great.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Evan. Favorite villain?
Favorite villain? Oh, we were just talking about this. I think it's Big Mom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Maybe Buggy if we include him as a villain,
Yeah.
but he's kind of he kind of exceeds that,
Yeah.
I think.
He's larger than life.
Yeah, he's Buggy. He's everyone's favorite fail son.
I do also just go Big Mom. Like, it's hard
love
not
women.
to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
One
because
We love women.
Yeah, I'm sure the listeners of the show love women too and respect them. Just like how you can look at the One Piece show itself and you know,
Yeah, these men respect women.
this show is a pro woman show.
You know, those guys, they would never talk over Delaney.
Never.
No. They love Big Mom. Of course not.
What's your favorite arc?
Ooh.
No, you're drinking it. You go. Well,
Oh, no, my favorite arc. Once again, y'all are gonna hate me because I'm terrible at remembering names
It's
or
okay,
anything.
describe it.
When Luffy is with Bon Clay and like they're underground trying to escape.
Impel Down?
Yeah.
Impel Down, that's my favorite because once again we got a lot of Bon Clay in it. I love all this side stuff with the villains. That's one of my favorites. It's really really
Buggy
good.
Balls.
Buggy balls.
Oh,
Buggy.
the bug where he's like, you remember my buggy
Don't you
balls?
remember?
Oh
No.
And then Luffy says no.
Some of the funniest stuff.
That's
in
a very
it.
Joel.
That whole arc, and I that's my personal. I don't think it's the best arc. That's one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
Though, of just like a lot of like I think everything in that hit for me.
Absolutely. What about you?
It's the best in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably Marineford, right?
Did something happen in that one?
Yes.
No.
Something. Or Whole Cake. Probably toss it between those two. It kind of depends on the day. But they're both so good, and they have so much going
Extravagance.
on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Overloading.
Yeah. Opulence.
Do either of you watch the anime?
I have, but I'm not caught up.
All right, then I don't have to ask you what your favorite opening is because you're all going to say We Are or something.
Oh, I skip the openings on the anime. I'm trying to go.
I like the
Wow.
forklift one.
I've
I
never.
was just trying to get
Tomatoes.
swatted.
I like a rap. Sorry.
Yeah,
I like a rap that tells me what's going
It's so
on.
funny.
I'm going to queue up a song when we're done recording, and you're going to hear the best One Piece opening.
I bet, yeah. I bet they're.
The one that plays during Water 7.
I bet they're great. Our friend Sarashu tells me
yeah.
all the time where he's just like, because I've told him, I was like, I skip all the openings. He's like, how? I'm like, I gotta go. Do I like DDR?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, fuck you.
What?
Do you like DDR?
Yeah,
You talking about the dance
pro
game?
DDR.
I just am bad at it.
The dance game. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if we were talking about something else.
It's okay. Most of the early One Piece openings, I think, sound like DDR music.
Yeah,
It wasn't a
Believe in
trick,
Wonderland
Joel.
does.
Which one?
Believe in Wonderland.
Yeah. That one sounds crazy. All right. Delaney.
Back to me. I don't know if you've picked up yet. I must have said before, but the current recording setup, Joel's walking away. The current recording setup is all 4 of the Atlanta people in one room, the Do You Validate recording studio, which you should check out, by the way, if you're a podcaster and or entertainer in Atlanta, and me in my fucking closet in England at 1 in the goddamn morning. If I ever have a delayed reaction, I'm not just like mentally, no, I am mentally checked out, but I'm also on a video call. So we've got a double hitter of fun, funky little gay activities today. Just a reminder though, before we switch over to the next segment, we here at the One Piece Podcast love you as listeners, and we appreciate whenever you guys share your support with us, and the things you like. It's not an open invitation for you to tell me anything about your weird sexual preferences. Like, I have heard too many people now to me directly telling me that they jack off to Nami for me to be like, oh, I want to invite more of this. So, just don't.
Leave us alone.
You know.
Yeah.
We don't know you.
I don't need to know.
No. Especially if it's like someone so basic like Nami.
Right? Also, there's tons of forums where people want to know that you do that. Go there.
Yeah.
Tell them, please.
Discord
There's so many places.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, just exercise restraint. And if you don't, then we don't do fun segments like this anymore. But motherfuck, what's the word? Disclaimer. That disclaimer out of the way. Let's move on to the next segment. Don't laugh at me, Vero.
I'm laughing out of love.
No.
Vera's in bully mode.
No. I'm ready to take Delaney down in a battle of sexual preference.
Of DILFs.
DILFs.
Yeah.
DILFs.
Yeah, with the V. It's plural.
DILFs, the plural
I just
of
want to
DILFs.
be right here, you know.
Exactly.
Oh, hang on. Oh my god, it's hot in here and there's a fly in this fucking closet.
Delaney looks distraught.
Yeah,
webcam.
Delaney,
Delaney looks so
are you literally in a closet?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes!
I used to record voiceover in the closet.
In my closet. I am back in the closet for this
Delaney
recording of
is
the one.
having-
Everyone doesn't have a podcast studio.
Delaney's having a Breaking Bad style
Delaney
showdown
lives
with
in
the
the
fly.
middle of nowhere.
I think I got rid of it.
Television out there. It's a wonder that they have Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah. What year is it out there? Did you guys do Brexit yet?
Oh, did you guys know that we won the war? Like, we're our own country now.
Yeah.
Well, don't be getting on America's high horse right now. We're
He doesn't know
about
that.
to be asking to get
take us
adopted
back.
They still
again.
got kings and queens
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
We're not that far off.
You're all gonna feel really fucking bad when you need to propose to me in a year for a
Yeah.
green card.
Oh, that's so
We're
true.
gonna fight to see who can
You're
marry
gonna
the
I'm
eat your
I'm
words.
I'm finally gonna start rolling the R's on my last name, and I gotta get out of here.
Joel
Going back to
Ruiz.
Spain, there. Yeah.
I'm from Sweden, Joel Ruiz.
You know, my boss is doing
Joel,
this
who are you
thing,
going
he's
with?
like,
Who's your person?
I am gonna go with Veggie.
Whoa.
No, that was Evan's pick.
Do we not get to
Oh,
pick
no,
one?
We picked
We
this
are. That was
earlier.
picked earlier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Evan already picked.
I know
Okay.
you were busy. I wrote it down.
Listen, that is fine. I'll make your man step out on you. You know what? I'm gonna go basic because I bet he would throw it down. I'm gonna go Rogers.
Gold
Okay.
Roger.
Gold
That's
Roger.
good.
Fuck
That
yeah.
one.
Good shout.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If we're all feeling good, I'm on title duty, but unless, do you want to be on title duty? Because you've got like
I never know what hold on. I'll start writing things down.
I will also write them down just in case.
Ever finds funny. God, I'm gonna have to draw for this, aren't I? Jesus Christ.
Oh, you mean like what the title of the
Yeah, we pick a funny line and then we make it like a drawing related to it. So I just gotta start writing down when you guys are funny. I don't know if this will get filled.
It's gonna be a blank page.
We're doing a tally.
Sorry. This is how my roommates and I treat each other, and I forget that everybody doesn't talk to each other like siblings. I love you guys.
Oh, it's fine. You haven't bullied me. That's cool.
Okay, I'm just pulling up the categories real quick.
All right.
Okay, for radio.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
No, I
thought that was the joke you were
want
making.
everyone to know Evan Brando is a little cutie patootie.
Oh,
all right?
Flirt.
It's just that he looks like he is begging to be made fun of because he needs any attention he can get.
The problem is, dear listener, I do look like I host a conservative TikTok account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He does.
I know.
said it.
Let's call a spade a
You
spade.
said
I get
it.
it. I should be grifting.
Yeah.
He looks like he has an OnlyFans, but it's Evan Brando.
Old Roger. Okay, there we go.
Evan Brando.
Shut up, Delaney. We need to record because you have to go to bed, and we're doing a tight 90. We're 30
Oh, there's
minutes
no
into that
rules
tight
here.
30
90.
minutes into a tight 90.
Yeah.
We're a loose 30 into a tight 90.
Yeah. Oh, you know, when
technically
I'm
we're
done with
20.
Shanks, that's when
Okay.
it's gonna be loose.
Oh, boy.
Well, Delaney's editing this.
Shannon just showed me a note that was like, it's gold Roger.
Not Rod. You're saying Rogers.
See, this is why the fans are gonna hate me because
See, notice how I did it off mic?
I can watch so much stuff and
I'll watch the anime through most of Wano.
well, most of Wano, but it's
Oh,
just I will just be like, I like that one guy. He does this. I like this. Oh, I like when they go to this place. I don't remember names or locations. Like that's not my thing. For
Oh, the King of the Pirates was Gold.
Gold
Roger.
D.
Okay, Goldie
Rogers.
Rogers.
It's Gold D.
Yeah.
Roger.
No S at the end.
Goldie Roger.
There's one of them.
There's no
think
S.
you should say Rogers. No,
I want
you're
no.
right. You're right.
You're right. I think I
God.
want the fans to know how little
You're
respect.
so antagonistic.
Hey, patrons, are you enjoying this? Is this fun for
Is
you?
this Patreon only, or is this public feed?
It's gonna be because it's not part of the segment.
Okay.
I ended the fucking
Sticking
segment.
around gets to go to Patreon.
There we go.
Okay, good.
All right, I'm fucking introing us in.
Just
Are
so
we
you
all
guys know I
the
love
bits
you.
get out? What?
I love Patreon. I love you guys. Thank you for.
We
Thank you for supporting the show.
Pa-
I have a serious
Shout out with
mini-series
this one's just
that's
for
about
the
adult
fucking-
serious topics.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I'm talking about Yaoi
Yeah,
stuff.
we
You guys are supporting the arts. This is real art.
Yeah, we call our
Patrons,
patrons over
you're-
to validate pay pigs.
The one
okay.
day
I'm
podcast.
starting. I'm everyone shut the fuck up. Okay.
I don't know.
3. God damn you all. God damn you all. 3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we are entering the den of debauchery, the battlefield of the bold, the hall of horniness. It's time for the boyfriend bracket. Round 2. This week we've got a really special edition for you. Obviously, we got to start narrowing down our sections, so we're doing DILFs. We're doing daddies. We want to get daddied in this DILF episode of the boyfriend bracket. Joel's tapping his hand there. I'm going to ignore that. No, it's pretty straightforward. We just do it like generally March Madness style. So well have a couple rounds.
And we're all familiar
if we're
with
doing
March
good on-
Madness.
Yeah, anime listeners.
We all know
Yeah.
the
Sports.
hoops game.
I thought it was football.
No. Yeah. Sorry, Delaney.
Is it baseball?
Nope.
Well, you have to differentiate for Delaney.
I
If
know
you
the
say
Savannah
football,
Bananas.
Yeah.
you mean something very different than
Right.
what she's going to
Yeah,
take that
yeah,
as.
yeah.
Fuck
I just
off.
don't want her to be confused.
Sorry, continue your monologue, Delaney.
Yeah, no, thank you, Vero. Goddamn, the traditions are traditioning. So it's just gonna be regular tournament style. We'll just work our way up in groups of 2 until we reach the end and decide who is the best boyfriend. Because keep in mind, it's not about who's the best daddy. It's just about that being a fringe benefit. Now, here are our 3 criteria for today. We've got boyfriend quality of life, which is how's he going to be as a boyfriend? How's he going to be as a partner to you? Like, is it like what's the vibe for the two of you as a unit? Second criteria is the daddy factor. How good is this dad at daddying? What's how much dad power? We're power scaling, but for dads.
We're power scaling
and
dad butts?
Power scaling for dads. Thank you. Writing that down. And the third criteria is, and I'm saying the full name here. My dad can beat your dad in a fight, right? In
My
a
dad
fight,
can beat your dad
right?
off for sure. Yeah. Because Delaney.
And this is
my dad for sure
Yeah?
beat a couple of dads.
And this.
Delaney, are you doing like a trumpet laugh? Was that you or Vero?
No!
Who? Because I've heard this twice now, and I'm so confused. Is it you?
What?
Is it you going? Like,
I don't think so.
Who's doing this?
I think that's
I don't think it's me.
They do grow. Delaney goes.
I'm gonna pitch myself off the roof.
Yeah.
This has
can
to
you edit
end.
the podcast first?
Fuck no. It's the fuckability round. Devil fruit and hockey flowers are at play. In the fuckability round.
Yeah, they are.
Keep that in mind.
Also,
Okay.
listeners, I think we're going to avoid post Wano spoilers for the most part, except I don't give a fuck. So
Yeah, there
Why?
are certain omissions where people are going to be like, "Why?"
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
You can't. I mean,
Cool.
if you say something, I'm just like, all right.
Where
Joel doesn't know any of the characters'
I
I don't
names.
care.
All right, so
I appreciate it.
I also don't. Yeah, I don't know
Sorry.
anyone's name.
So it's on me.
Yeah. What's the stretchy boy with the hat?
oh, that one's Sanji.
Mr. Fantastic.
Sanji.
Yeah.
I love that Pedro
And his
Pascal is
big
going to play
brother
him.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
The Thing.
no, what's his name? Oh my god, Helmeppo.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
he has fire powers. His daddy's a Marine.
Yeah.
All right, now, and once we've got those criteria under our belt, it's just going to be a little bit of healthy debate. Fortunately, we don't need a tiebreaker because it's an odd number of people. Speaking of which, we have our first round is just sort of an example round. It does count, but also like it's me and Vero because we've done this before, and we like to keep the floor open for our guests. So, Vero,
Delaney.
who's daddying?
Oh, my daddy?
Who's your daddy?
What's Shanks' full name? I just forgot.
I haven't read Elbaf. I don't know. Is that
No,
what
Shanks
it
has a name.
is? Red hair Shanks.
Thank you.
Red hair Shanks!
I know that.
Stuff with
I
whatever.
got so flustered
I
picturing
was hoping
him
you had like a full
as
name,
my
like
daddy
Fred Shanks.
that I was like,
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool.
I forgot my future last
You
name.
know,
Wait, I'm running out of
John
time.
Shanks?
Hang on, his name is Figureland?
Stop! Yeah. Well,
No.
But my daddy, that's red-haired Shanks, baby.
And I'm bringing to the table the man who was born to boil. It's Kazuki Odin, the DILFiest to ever do it.
I will give it to you. Like he's pretty up there. If I wasn't going to bat for like
for snacks.
everything that I want to say is extremely not safe for work. So I stopped myself.
For red hair skanks.
No, I was going to talk about his pubic hairs. So, you know.
Do you think it also has a
yeah, of
scar?
course. Okay.
Maybe, probably.
Do you know how scars work?
It would be funny if you had a little one.
Yeah.
So how's the boyfriend quality of life, Vero?
So here's the thing. The thing about Shanks, where do I start? One thing we all know about Shanks, that man's a slut,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He wears his shirt so
yeah.
loose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we definitely would have to be rocking with like a semi-open relationship in the way where like he's got a job, he's got to go be like an emperor or whatever. I got to go run this juice bar and take care of this 5-year-old kid that can turn into rubber or something, you know? And I'm fine with that. because I'm my own woman or whatever in this situation. I guess I'm a woman.
A specific woman in each blue.
Yeah. That's the thing a lot of people don't know about making stuff up.
Right now, yeah. Because, God, I'm trying so hard to use normal. Okay, from the top. Anyway, the thing about, so Shanks, he's going to be out there, but also, who's that celebrity that was like, I don't want a man in my house? Like, he probably don't smell amazing. He'd wash up for me. No, but
he smells like green alcohol.
When he comes home, we get a little snuggle on. He probably smells divine because like sweat in the scene, the pheromones or whatever.
Yeah, he stinks in a good way.
Yeah. But
he
like
stinks
after 2 weeks, I'm like, are those your toenails or like? Is that the fish I have drying outside, right? Like, get the fuck out of my house, right?
You're not. You're trying to like
sell him.
Because the thing is, for 2 weeks, we're not leaving my bedroom, right? Until
Vero, let him shower in between.
No, we don't have time because I'm probably not going to see him again for like 10 fucking years, right?
So your arguments are that you won't see him very much and that he smells?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
I'm setting the scene because I know that these are going to be arguments used against me.
I see. Okay.
Right?
All right.
Because Shanks likes to disappear. I like my peace.
Yeah.
I like being able to do whatever I want. Also, I feel like we would definitely, again, circling back, open relationship. I'd be like, hit up your clown friend. Send him my way. I don't give a fuck what he was doing in Orange Town. We're fine over here.
They have an arrangement.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing about him is we have to be so open because just look at him. He's so lovable. Every goddamn person is like, holy shit, Shanks, yeah, I love that guy. Holy shit, you know red-haired Shanks, Luffy? That's so cool. That's his hat. That's so neat. He's so good with kids. He is a well-qualified DILF because, first of all, he do have his own kid. He does have an adorable little girl, whatever. But even without, he just has this paternal instinct. He's really great with kids. Again, I'm censoring myself.
I've really felt you like Spider-Man style stopping the train of thought of whatever you were about to say.
Force field.
That was so much. It was. I could feel it in this room. The restraints.
Thank you. And I just, and here's the thing. He's also a sweetie pie. So if I was like, honey, I would prefer it if you weren't fucking a different girl on every island on the Grand Line. He'd be like, you're so right, babe. I'll stop for you. And I'm like, I can't do that to him. It's like, does Luffy believe in freedom for all or not? I thought freedom to share this dick.
So you have an open relationship because he has so much Riz that you're like, I can't stop him.
It would be no. I could stop him. It would
you
be
choose
an
not
injustice.
To. I see.
It would
you don't want to deprive other people.
It would just be so fucking wrong. Now, I know that he's out there on Elbaf or whatever, being like cave diving. And he's like, I wish I was back home with my woman.
Yeah, who's running a juice stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants my juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting real sticky.
I think you're forgetting though the bisexual loophole because you just said I don't want you banging a woman on every island you go.
Oh no, he's supposed to be banging Buggy
because that's the thing. One island we get a little woman. One island a man.
Listen. When he's going to town with, like, Mihawk or Buggy or whatever, I expect a transponder snail video call.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, hey, babe, I got something real
listen
special
to this.
for you tonight.
He's like the guy at the end of Back to the Future.
Vero, all of this is made so much funnier by the multiple conversations we've had where it's like, Will and Elizabeth from Outworld's End, I was a girl pervert for that. I'm like, all right, so just switch Shanks with Will, and this is the situation.
Who among us
Wait.
at age 10 watching Pirates of the Caribbean was not like, I wish I could get fucking married on a pirate ship. And then every Dungeons and Dragons character I've ever played since has been chasing that goddamn high, and no one has ever let me do it.
I do have a question. Whenever in this conversation I wasn't there for, but it sounded like you said there was a specific time you were a girl pervert for something. What I know about you is Is there a time you haven't been a pervert? And this is coming from another pervert here.
You know what? I've always been a pervert. So correct. Yeah.
I could see it in you.
Thumbelina.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Even Freud speaks of a latency period.
I said too fast to that when I was like, because she's so tiny.
You don't.
Yeah, she can crawl up.
On a voyage. We watched movies that we call girl pervert movies, which were like, oh, this is why I'm that way about a fictional boy in a book.
Okay.
Zuko.
Oh,
girl pervert shit, right?
Oh, Zuko's a little slut.
Peter Pan, the live action from 2001. As a little baby, I was like, wow, Peter Pan's so cool. Why does Captain Hook make me feel funny?
Which one was that?
This
the
Hook?
live
Jason Isaacs.
Hook is different.
Jason
Isaacs?
Jason's
eyes.
Jason Isaacs is in Peter Pan, and his first scene is him without his hook on, shirtless, doing a steam bath.
They did it for the moms.
I gotta Google something real quick.
Jason Isaacs, Can I switch my pick?
We've gotten way too off topic. Delaney, sorry. I promised you a tight 90. It's very loose.
It's not going to be a tight 90.
So those are my opening arguments. He's a cutie patootie. We know that he's really good with kids. I'm trying to wrap it up. We know that he's really good with kids. We could be sucking and fucking whoever I want. He knows
whoever he wants.
Who his daddy is. That's me, bitch. I don't know. And also he's a trust fund baby. He's got all the money we could possibly want if we need it.
That is a good point. Good point.
Also, he's alive.
Technically, Yamato carries on the Odin name, so go fuck yourself. I don't know.
He's like 27.
Which one is this?
Don't worry about it.
Yamato on your phone.
No. You innocent little man, just leave it. Leave it.
That is an adult.
Who's that little annoying child in Wano?
Do you mean Tama?
Yeah, that's it.
Momonosuke.
Momonosuke sucks.
Momonosuke is my fucking son. Leave him alone.
Your son sucks.
Yeah, he does.
I wish your son would get eaten by anything that would kill him.
You know, you're going to get to the end of Wano and you're going to regret those words.
No, I won't.
Yep.
Okay, Delaney's
yeah,
turn.
Delaney, sorry.
Talk about your daddy.
Once again, Joel Ruiz talking over women. Someone had to pick up the fucking ball, didn't they?
You're welcome.
The spirit of the boys lives on. Okay, so let's get into Kozuki Odin. Let's get into the legendary DILF of Wano.
He's got two reasons you should pick him. Peck 1, Peck 2.
Here's the thing about Odin is that he's got the slacker persona. Like he runs around town and fucks around and causes problems. But he always brings it back. He's a guy who can always bring it back to you in terms of evening it out and being on top of things, which indicates to me that he's I guess more self-aware than first impressions would lead people to believe. So like as a partner, I feel like this is a guy who you get all the fun, but you don't have to deal with all the irresponsibility. Like he's not gonna be coming home every single night, absolutely annihilated on booze and drugs. Maybe like once a week, but it's not on a work day, so you're probably gonna be fine. In terms of the
fucking
distance,
shogun. Every day is a work day for him.
Well, yeah,
he's got responsibility.
Not when he's on Roger's ship. Like some days, it's just pirating. Speaking of pirating, I will say that I did also recap the Odin flashback really quickly, just because it's been a minute. I've completely lost my train of thought. His wife. He was gonna go home with his wife and do the responsible thing. Until his wife threatened to fucking divorce him if he left the crew and came home and stayed with her while she had the kids.
Delaney, how does it feel to be a homewrecker?
What?
He's got a wife.
I mean, well, Shanks has Ben
Buggy?
Beckman or whatever the fuck. So, yeah, Shanks has Buggy.
Ben Beckman and
no
his
one here is...
Ben Beckman isn't in bed. I'm going to bend Beck him over.
Sorry, one more time. What was that? One more time.
No.
Write that down.
I wrote it down.
So, good boundary. The point is good boundaries. I feel like that's like a lot of trust, and he's someone who you you can be separated from and feel really comfortable because he's going to come back and he's going to treat you right. But he's never going to like completely, he's not going to go AWOL like Shanks, where we spent like how many years at a time like, man, where the fuck is Shanks? A+ dad, stellar dad, not just a dad to his own biological kids, but to a million smaller children, and even his own vassals and shit. Like, what, he adopt Cat Viper and Dogfella, Kiku, and the brother. Like, he's got like a whole army of kids. Like, he has a whole family on top of his additional biological family, and he's very supportive. And encouraging to their interests. And on the topic of fuckability, I will say that, as always, I remain a gray sexual person, and I would have gone with Bajay. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah. I've heard it beige, too, but I think it's beige.
I've heard it beige. I would have gone with that because he's the only supernova with rights to me, but I did look at Odin's massive cans, and I was like, you know what? We can make this work. This is a good situation. And that's where I'm gonna leave that discussion point. So I think we've both gone over our main arguments. If anyone has any questions,
come at us.
I think the important thing to note about Odin too that was not mentioned is I think
you're not supposed to, you have to defeat Delaney in combat.
I will later. I just think it is important to note that I think without the aid of any sort of devil fruit powers, he probably does have the biggest dong. Because he does not wear pants. And I think there is a reason for that. Am I
There's
wrong?
a whole island of giants.
Yeah, I'm aware. I am including them.
Yeah, but that's
I think that's why being burned alive sucks so bad.
I don't want to start comparing giants' dicks to non-giants' dicks, because that's being like,
That's
oh,
not really
you're not the
fair.
size of a horse. It's a different thing.
Okay, let me ask. How supportive of your interests do you think these people would be? Because we're talking about partner. That is, they say like a relationship can be told that it can be tested the well-being of based on how they respond to like bids for their attention.
I already
right?
told you he's letting me Fujo out with that transponder snail. Like,
That's your main.
Your main argument is that hypothetically he would let you.
Out on
He would let you listen to him and Buggy having fun.
what else is there in this world? Besides
a
Fujoing
lot.
out? Anyway,
Here's the hard part. I think both of your partners sue each of you, because Delaney, as we did say, as you were talking about, like being on the grayscale, like Delaney wouldn't vibe with Shanks in the same way.
But we're saying an objective overall, so you got to put yourself in the
well then Shanks,
too.
slutty little boy man. Yeah.
My other argument is like, I would absolutely be like, can you pick me up these art supplies? Or like, oh my god, he sails all over. He's alive. He could take me wherever I wanted. If I wanted to be on that
We
boat,
agreed we weren't going to get into that rhetoric last session, Vero. Jesus Christ.
Hop. I know, I'm teasing you. I'd hop and skip over to like 3 islands over, and then he'd drop me there for a little bit. I don't want to be on the boat full time. I will fucking die. I don't want a devil fruit. I'm not trying to ever do that shit.
Ooh.
I want to swim.
Are you worried that his relationships with his buddies, because he's about his friends, is going to come in between you guys at all? Because if you sign up for Shanks, you're also getting his.
I've never had a significant other whose friends don't like me.
Well, you're about to.
See, here's the thing.
I'm a delight.
Wow.
What's Lucky Roo like to hang out with?
Yeah,
He's kind of
we
menacing
would
to
be-
me.
I'm gonna take his ass to Hot Pot, and we're gonna have.
yeah,
You
okay.
do like hot pot.
I fucking love
I
Hot
bet
Pot.
Lucky Roo would like hot pot.
Lucky Roo would like
I
hot
mean,
pot.
And Ben Beckman and I would
are gonna what?
Go to hot pot.
I take him to Top Golf.
Also go to Hot Pot.
You also really
Yeah, this is the toxic person in me is going Shanks, because I would love to see Delaney and Odin thrive. I would love to see how bad Vero and Shanks are for each other. Also, if I was dating Shanks, I would just casually mention anyone who just made me a little bit mad and get so turned on that they're dead in 2 days.
Exactly.
Oh my god!
Also,
Joel,
sorry.
Fiona's the same. It's the same shit with it. Like the only
but
times when he
Odin
was
would do
actually
it with,
like resorting
honor.
to the only times he resorted to
I have
violence.
one-
Have you seen that guy at Top Golf? He
I
fucking
have
crushes.
a closing argument.
Okay.
I haven't even answered Evan's question yet.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll save my nuke for later.
my nuke for later. If he's alive again, I'm going to come to Atlanta and kick your ass.
Can we just go to like a tea house instead?
What's your Delaney speak?
So my counter argument to that is that I think Shanks is one of those like gift giving people. Like that's his love language. Where it's like, here's pain, here's this. Odin tries to understand. Like Hiyori, like when she's playing like the guitar, like he asks questions and he gets really into it. Like even if it's not his thing, like there's always an attempt. Like you see it with his family and with his retainers, where it's like whatever their thing is, he does try to like he makes an effort. He makes an effort to reach out and see why it interests them. And I'm like, that's the kind of thing that I'm extremely attracted to, where it's like, oh, you value me for having opinions about the things I do, not just for doing interesting shit. And to your point that the murder will happen if anyone lays the hurt, then Odin's the same, but he's also got restraint. Like he's not just picking fights with people for no fucking reason. Like the whole back half of Wano, the only times he gets violent is when his wife gets shot and the mob wife gets killed. That's the only time he tries to pick a scrap. And to me, that's respecting women on top of just being base.
I think that Odin is a father, but Shanks is a daddy.
Ooh, I mean,
Odin is a daddy. Have you seen his cans, Vero?
I would like to bring up that he doesn't wear pants again.
Knockers up and down the red line. What are we doing?
I don't like his hair situation.
I was actually going to ask Delaney about the hair.
Yeah,
would you try to change this? You can't
run your hands through that.
The hair situation. Here's the thing. I'm not even tall enough to get to the top of his head, so I feel like all the loose shit at the bottom.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. I can make that work.
That carpet matches.
So,
in the interest of fairness.
So is it the three of us vote?
Yeah, you guys vote.
What are y'all?
Yep.
You guys have any more questions?
It's hard. They're very different characters.
Mm-hmm. Good arguments for both.
Who would you want as your DILF?
Shanks. But that's...
Whoa!
Vero just knocked over my luckily empty mug that
I was
doesn't
being
have
Italian,
water.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got 3 Italians here.
You're kind of in the splash zone right now for hand gestures. And that's why Delaney is recording safely.
That's why I put all the pasta sauce up before y'all came over.
Yeah.
Get
Okay.
that olive, turn off the olive oil
the
taps.
olive oil's gone.
All right. So your vote is Shanks?
I mean, Delaney makes a very compelling argument. It's also like it's all my own biases. There are aspects of Odin's character I found kind of off-putting. I do think Odin is a much better, or tried to be a better father.
Yeah.
Like, infinitely better. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of points for that. Shanks has just sort of like left people behind. And he's got a crewmate who also left someone
Shanks
behind.
Well, and he's like, and I believe in them, though. They'll catch up if they're meant to.
That's the important thing. I really trust them.
I do think Shanks
He's like...
Or go ahead.
He's totally the douchebag boyfriend who's like, I think it's just better for me that like we break up, and I think we're gonna grow as like better people.
OOC, and I'm flaming you in the comments of AO3 right now.
I was gonna say, Shanks also gave really good advice to Luffy about picking your battles. Like genuinely, I read the beginning of One Piece when I was 12 years old, and I feel like that actually psychologically impacted me. So I gotta go Shanks.
All of the scenes of Shanks being a dick. Debunked. My man is innocent. All those scenes.
Well,
hang on.
It's spoilers for you guys. So,
Evan, what's your?
Are you talking about this?
I just have one. Oh, so Joel, what?
No, I was just making fun of the show for retconning.
No, they're not
stuff.
retconning anything else.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that. No. Oh, are you telling me?
Yeah.
I have one question. In the last 20 years, have we seen Shanks speak to a woman?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Oh my god.
I talked to Makino.
In the beginning of Elbaf, he's like super cute.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he hangs out with Makino.
I mean, Makino has a baby.
Yeah.
He's probably polite to those weird, sexy nurses on Whitebeard's crew.
Yeah.
But like, listen, the man loves his bros.
I was
He
say,
loves
you're
them
saying
so much.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any on his crew because he doesn't want them to have to deal with his bullshit.
That's a pretty good
Ben
argument.
Beckman has to open
Don't
the
say that's a good argument.
I'm going to go Odin, but I was curious your take on that.
I don't
totally
hire
forgot about
women
that,
because
I respect him too much.
Here's the thing. I don't
too
work
much
with
to
any
hire
women
them.
because I can't control myself. That's not a good.
I think Shanks is just such a likable character, and he's Luffy's
He's got
father
Riz.
figure. We all there's like somewhere.
Did Shanks finance his kid's gender transition? I feel like that's a big one to put on the table.
When did Odin do
that? I mean, he was supportive. He was Kiku, and he's got multiple.
Shanks isn't transphobic that we know. That would be crazy. As far as we know.
He don't got a trans... I mean, listen, you know what, Delaney? He probably paid for Luffy's top surgery. That was what Marineford was. That's why Luffy has that big scar.
Delaney's fighting right now. So
I'm going Odin, but it is a tight race. This may be the tightest race we have.
I got something else that's tight, and it's Shanks's.
I've always said going for Shanks. What's hard about it though is I do agree. I think Odin would probably be a better, more caring partner.
Yeah,
also,
and father.
Also, once again, though, and I know we're putting ourselves in these, but
isn't the ultimate question of this who is the better partner?
Yeah, who's the better daddy? Who's the daddy you'd like to fuck?
No, but I do think it's just very funny because the points of where Delaney was Odin gets to know everybody. We're well, of course that's why Vero wouldn't want that because then he would be looking at the real Vero and tell you who you are.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm just saying we got a lot of similarities. We like the little sluts that leave us alone because I don't want to be known or perceived.
Don't engage me.
Yeah. No, yeah, but
I know who I am.
I am going Shanks. Yeah, I know. I didn't say you don't know who you are. I'm saying I don't think you want. I don't think you want a partner.
Shanks would know me at my core, and still come around.
Okay, but yeah, I am going Shanks though, just for this slutty.
Thank you. Woohoo! Sorry, Delaney.
I think it was just a matchup, Delaney. Honestly, you gave a very compelling argument.
You gave a good one.
Okay, so that is Vero moving up in the bracket. Next up, we've got Evan. And we've got Shannon.
This match is gonna be crazy.
Oh, do I get a free win?
You've just sort of gotten grandfathered up to. No, you don't.
You got a first round
bye. Bracket on
I meant round one. I meant I get a free win on round one. I don't gotta go anybody. Okay, I am.
All right.
Okay. Opening arguments. Who you guys got?
I think it takes any man can be a father, but it takes a certain special kind of man to be a godfather. Yeah, baby. We're bringing the Italian representation to the DILF arena. Capone Beige is my choice.
Listeners, he did the hand.
Yeah.
I was hoping I was speaking in such a way that it was
yeah.
You can hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
I
pick a Capone Beige.
Okay.
It's me, Beige.
So tell me how this is happening and you're not getting jumped by his wife.
Well, I think that we were talking about the person as an archetype, not am I going to steal this person away from their partner. Because one of the best things about him is he is a ride or die. So I'm just going to go down the rubric here that we have established for Mr. Beige. Boyfriend quality of life. I think it speaks for himself. His track record is that he got into a marriage for political gain. And when it was time to sever those ties because his wife didn't want to, whose side did he pick? I'll tell you. It was his wife. Because the man is a ride or die for his fucking wife.
Yeah.
So,
wife guy.
He's going to stick by you no matter what. Despite the fact that he is a very powerful and influential man, his priorities are to his family. And not in like a weird Tony Soprano way. He seems way cooler. And like,
you think he goes to therapy?
I think he does, but I don't think there's any sort of like psychosexual tension or anything between him and his therapist. He clearly worked on himself in the time skip because he was a very different man, I think, pre and post.
What was he doing post time skip? Pre-time skip?
Pre-time skip? He was just kind
of just a background character.
Yeah, exactly right. He got a personality.
Oda's editor was like, you need 12 cool guys.
Yeah.
Well, like, you know what? Like, a lot of men, before they work on themselves, they're just like, who gives a shit, guys, you know? Yeah. This guy, though, now, I mean, he's got a wife. He's got some cool powers. He's got some social standing. He allied with some of the most powerful people in the world. He's got friends in high places. I mean, he's hard to argue with. And he's
got a baby, and that baby puffs on a stogie.
Well, I'm gonna get to the cigar
I
stogie, baby.
Believe you me. Open on my phone.
What a good.
He's gonna let his child have lung cancer.
Well,
I'm sorry. Do you mean he's gonna let his child be rad as fuck?
Also, Italian kids are different. They're not affected by carcinogens from.
You can't as an Italian get cancer from the sun or cigarettes.
It's actually
or cigars.
more
That's
likely
not
you'll
true.
get cancer if you're not smoking at a young age.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
He's building his son's lungs up.
Exactly. Exactly.
I know I'm not. I was also going to pick him, so I was ready for this.
Yeah. Also, great fashion sense. The man wears a suit, and everybody else dresses like a bum. Are you telling me the most powerful man in the world wears jean shorts? Come on. Where is, look, let's be a little classier here. The daddy factor, he is the only supernova who is co-parenting currently, as far as I am aware. Nobody in the worst generation is making any strives to make another worser generation.
They're 23 years old. Like, they're all like fucking babies.
Yeah, and who cares? Not stopping
die.
one of them.
This is a man who didn't do anything until he was like 40.
Yeah, so everybody's on a different journey.
Do you know how long it takes to spin pasta on your fork? He was busy.
He got shit to do, Vero.
Yeah. Also, everyone's timeline is different. In fact,
Yeah.
I would say the fact it took him a little longer shows that he is persistent and committed to the things he's passionate about. And look at that. It's paying off for him. So how about that? All right. And as far as dad can beat your dad, and is he fuckable? Yeah, the man turns into a castle. Obviously.
Yeah.
Think of how much fun you could have
Is
with
there a
that.
sex dungeon? Is there a sex
for
dungeon?
sure.
I think without a doubt there's a sex dungeon. That seems like a very healthy and happy marriage.
Yeah.
And I feel like having a strong sexual relationship is hugely important in any cornerstone of a relationship like that.
Now,
So-
do remind me.
Yeah.
Does he turn into like a full size castle? Or is that people can go in him and he just like fortifies himself as a castle, so you're shrunk down inside of him?
No, he's like a full castle.
He's like a full castle. Now, can he go castle?
So you can explore his body.
Yes.
Yeah, can he go castle comparative size? Could he be like
A little castle?
a little
I don't
castle?
think so.
I am not. I think he
I
can.
don't know.
He can't be like a full castle, but he can like armor up as like a regular size. I think.
Full castle is a terrible fucking phrase. I just want to make that.
This
Yeah.
man goes
Very
full
clear.
castle,
Whole cake
baby.
as it
Yeah.
came
He
out. I
goes
don't remember
full
all the
castle.
specifics.
I was trying to remember the specifics. I do. Yeah. Okay.
I think he does call that like Big Daddy mode though, which is pretty cool.
I'm writing that one down.
Big Daddy mode. Yeah. If I'm remembering correctly.
Daddy
So
mode.
those are my arguments, and I think they're very strong.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Shamalana ding dong.
It's easy to love your own flesh and blood child.
Not really.
I don't think
No,
so.
it's
Not if you're my mom.
Yeah, no. Hey!
It's easier to love your own flesh and blood child that you made that looks exactly like you with a little cigar and 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, I would love a little me that was smart. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
It's a lot harder to take in some weird kid that you find in a shipyard and like raise him as your own and like love him and like nurture him and like teach. What are Capone's values apart from like being a dad? Tom,
I think
like,
being a dad is a value. There's a lot to fatherhood, Shannon.
I guess. Tom, the fish man, like, it is just like
Sorry, just the way you said the fish man.
the fishman Tom. We all know him. I was wearing a Galley Law hat once at the Atlanta Mushroom Festival, and a guy got really excited. He had a Tom tattoo.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
One of many One Piece characters who like died for what he believed in, died for someone that he cared a lot about, Frankie. And I just like, and you know, a lot of One Piece also is like found family. Some level of ambiguity about Tom's relationship with Kokoro, although I do think they were like common law married at that point, probably. I was talking to someone earlier. Because like Chimney is Kokoro's granddaughter. Did Tom have any actual kids that weren't Frank? We were like trying to figure out. I don't think he did. Anyway, I genuinely think Tom is awesome. Kokoro loved Tom so much. They had such a deep connection that when he died, she became an alcoholic. It's a big part of the Water 7 arc. It's very sad. It's just like a beautiful, loving relationship. I think Tom would 100% treat someone right. He like respects different people regardless of where you come from, encourages people to like live by their values. Again, died for what he believed in. I just imagine, you know how like in Totoro they like sleep on his belly. I just imagine like cuddling with Tom. Like his limbs are kind of small, but you could like he would be so comfortable and so like cozy. And I feel like he's got like really like. Also, trying to stop myself from saying anything like too risque.
I was just saying I was gonna suck and fuck Shanks for 37 hours.
He's
straight,
a very
so.
skilled craftsman, like good with his hands,
Okay.
strong. Like
You think he can
He
make
can
those
fly
sex
your
toys?
wood. Yeah.
he could, yeah. That I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not that he would have like a castle dungeon per se, but anything that you wanted, he could.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he like taught Frankie, and Frankie can do all sorts of crazy stuff. Right? There's some stuff going on with Tom that we didn't see. Also, so I mistakenly thought that Tom was a pufferfish fishman. So I was so excited to talk about how like pufferfish create these like weird geometric shapes to attract mates, and the female pufferfish judge based on that. That's not real. He's a longhorn cowfish. And the thing I thought was very interesting about longhorn cowfishes is the males typically have a harem of like 5 females. But it seems like Tom was loyal to one woman. But I think if you're open,
You said there's a lot of stuff we didn't get to see.
That's true, but maybe Hancock seemed happy. Maybe they were open. I'm just saying that's an option if that's what you like. You bring some other like women around. If Tom is straight, also there's some ambiguity. Like I don't know. But yeah, I think he was like a very cool, like cozy person. I think he had more going on than Veggie. Like he changed the world. He built the Oro Jackson. Like he did so much for so many people, and it was only because of like discrimination that he didn't get further in life and couldn't keep being like a father figure to Frankie and Iceberg. And like Iceberg is also one of my favorite characters, like because of Tom. Water 7 has one of the few like not corrupt leaders in the world of One Piece because of his influence.
What do we do about the fact that neither one of your guys has sex appeal?
Are you kidding me?
Whoa! Hang the fuck on!
Well, it's just bringing their personal bias.
I'm just
saying.
saying.
Beige short king, but some people like a short king.
Some people like Italians.
Yeah.
And fish people.
And fish guys.
Yeah.
Very similar people.
First of all, Ben's bringing you a sandwich during. He's George Costanza in you.
Yeah, that man, he's going to town on a hoagie. Absolutely.
That man is going downtown with one hand in a head, and the other hand is hand feeding you a fresh cut Italian hoagie.
You're not supposed to be arguing for them. You can
Tom
fight them
also-
in battle.
I can argue.
I do.
Everybody.
I do. I appreciate that about you. I do want to say, I don't think it's accurate to say that he had a bigger impact on the world than Beige, though. Because
That's just whatever you're going to say is a fucking lie.
I don't know about this one, Evan.
all I'm saying is the man also has undeniably unfolded some crazy fun stuff in the world. He helped uproot one of the most powerful women in the history of the world.
Oh.
Feminist.
Yeah,
sorry.
Veggie helped take down an emperor.
Because
Taking down a powerful
supporting
woman.
his wife.
Yeah.
Fucking in-laws, you know?
Yeah.
His mother-in-law.
I'm just saying.
He didn't make the Pirate
Technically
King
an abusive
ship.
mother.
Also, Tom
Yeah,
has
exactly.
tattoos.
Do you guys like abusive moms? No, neither does Beige.
Tom's confident enough to leave his shirt open. He's got gills. That's cool. You could like piggyback ride him in the ocean. Go wherever you want.
Damn, that's airtight.
Does he
know Fishman karate?
If
Probably.
he wanted you to, would you do stuff with the gills? If he was into it.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's that noise?
Doing stuff with the
What
gills.
the fuck was
Obviously,
that?
it was the Foley for doing stuff with
Look
the
at how
gills.
cute Tom's shoes are.
That man
I love
skips
his
leg
outfit.
day.
Do you like sushi? Because you're going to be tasting that 8 nights a week.
Don't be getting on this
marinara.
high horse over here, Vero. Miss, I'm going to ride him and never let him shower until I got to kick him out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
this
good thing for you.
Let your man touch a bar of soap.
Fish-themed blowjobs are going to taste like 2-day-old tuna.
And it's going to be consistent,
Man,
man.
themed? You're doing fish-themed blowjobs?
Yeah.
She's a fish.
Oh, sure. I guess I was picturing, like, ambiance.
You're
Honestly.
either getting sushi or you're getting lung cancer.
Or garlic bread.
Also,
Garlic
you know,
breath.
you're not.
I know what my dad smelled like.
Yeah, you think an old fish
Yeah.
is better?
Also-
Tom is, like, very old. In
Also,
the
you
context
got
that we
enough-
know
you
him.
I don't know how long Fishman
You get
was.
enough saliva and sex juices going, everything's tasting the same
So
after
true.
after like 5
God
minutes.
damn- Okay.
Guys, Delaney, do you
I
want
have
to
a
vote?
question for Evan.
Oh,
I
okay,
have
all
a
right.
question for Evan. because Tom's obviously a bit more cuddly, so this one's more for you. Do you think that Paget is the kind of guy who's, like, only good for one, like, that sort of thing where it's like, man, if I didn't have my gorgeous wife, then I would be such an asshole right now? Or do you think that he's kind of a chill guy outside of that?
No, I think he's a cool guy outside of it. I think you have to be a cool guy to be a cool captain. Right?
That's fair.
Yeah. To be allied with Straw Hat Luffy, you have to have some sort of, like, coolness, generally speaking, I think. I think he probably hosts some poker nights for the boys. He's, I think he's a good hang. I do think that he probably is one of those guys who's like, my wife is the best thing about me. But I think he stands on his own right.
Tom definitely does.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
And actually, that's a good follow-up question. Shannon, is Tom a good hang? What are you doing with Tom and the boys?
Watching golf. Tom dresses like he watches golf.
Tom does the
like
dad stance in front of the television, like,
does.
yeah, what are you guys watching?
He does look like he has Hank Hill lower half.
Yeah, that man has no butt.
His ass is concave.
If you're pegging that man, you got to put some pads on your thighs. Otherwise, you're getting stabbed by some.
He needs
fish bones.
his. Oh God, what is? I
got
just watched this episode.
Cute little horns on his head. I think hanging out with Tom would be fun. I feel like he wouldn't just talk about shipbuilding and crafts, but I would love to ask him about like woodworking and shipbuilding. And I think he's like always laughing. He's always smiling. I think he has people like him a lot, even with how much discrimination is in the One Piece universe. People kind of overcame it, not just because of what he was good at, because of his personality. He has a good personality. That can't be. No one can argue that Tom had like a bad personality. In my opinion, he seems like a very fun guy.
Great.
I think he has the best vibes. I think it'd be fun to have a beer with him.
I think he's a DILF. Wait, yeah, granddad.
What? Oh,
yeah,
a DILF.
a DILF.
I don't know how long Fishman lives, so I don't know where he is on the.
He looks like a grandpa. He's got white hair.
Did any of his kids have kids? That's what. Not how old you are. If your kids had kids, that's what.
We don't know
That's the
who Chimney's
metric?
mom is. Chimney's parents.
That is, why are you guys confused about this? You can't be a Gadilf if you don't have a grandkid. You guys are like, oh, he's old. He can still just be a Gilf at that point.
Sure.
If his kids aren't getting it on.
oh,
He's got
Right,
crazy
GILF,
stories.
the
Yeah,
actual real
that's
term for this that exists. Fucking idiot.
He's also
Jilf.
super strong. Is cool.
I know my answer.
Beijing also
Delaney, do you
strong.
know your answer?
I'm gonna wait to see how the rest of this unfolds, but I think I know.
All right.
I'm not
No,
voting first.
you
I'll
have
say
to
that
have your
much.
answer because we all have to. Do you have your answer?
Yes, I'm conflicted, but
All right.
yes.
Pick.
They're both good characters. I will say.
Yeah.
They're both likable, fun characters.
I
Honorable
am.
choices.
I'm gonna have to stay with my ride or die. I'm going Benji because I was gonna pick him. I love it. Also, listen, that's a cool dad because he lets his kid smoke. Okay, listen, the One Piece world terrible. You gotta get it in where you can.
We heard the One Piece podcast say, "Let your children smoke."
Yeah. No. Here's the thing.
It's fucking rad.
This world is all about being as rad and as cool as possible. And if you're on a pirate ship at 14, going 3 packs a day, and everyone's like, damn. And you're like, oh, you want to see a picture of me as a baby? You want to see this little baby smoking here? And then you're going to get respect on that ship.
Sure.
Because also,
Or
you're,
lung
It's
cancer.
the One Piece equivalent of like a Yale legacy scholarship.
yeah.
Jesus
So
Christ.
that's a good dad right there. That's cool. I love that he loves his wife. I like that.
Good quality. to have.
Also, I would bang him as a building.
Hell yeah. I'm going Fish Daddy.
Fish
okay.
Daddy.
Yeah.
You going Tom?
I think he's sweet and sensitive, and he'd build me lovely things.
Beijing
Okay.
doesn't need to build you things. He is the thing.
Someone
I
give
think
such
he's
a
probably
good
the most
hug.
unattractive man I've seen in a while as far as the One Piece world
More
goes.
than the fish guy?
Well, we have a non-sexual relationship. We're doing like
You have a non-sexual relationship?
Yeah,
I
they
would
each
rather
take
have
care
a
of themselves.
non-sexual relationship with Tom than anything
Yeah.
with Mr. Capone.
All right,
Now, you made a great point. You both. I was just coming for blood because that's how I
yeah.
play this
Yeah,
game.
No, this is
Delaney,
Delaney, I need
brutal
you
game.
you are the
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker.
Ooh.
Oh god, everyone's staring at me.
All right, I'll look away.
I'm not looking
Me
away.
either.
Shannon made such compelling arguments for Tom, and I did like go back and like, oh, this man is absurdly fucking huggable. But unfortunately, if there was one person that multiple people considered to be their fighter in this bracket, it was Veggie. So I'm unfortunately unswayed.
You want him?
Yeah.
Smell like cigars and
Jesus.
Italian.
marinara
Italian.
sauce.
Yeah.
All right.
Italian.
Woke up this morning.
Can we make the Italians fight each other now? These two.
I'm not Italian.
Well,
let
it's
his
actually
boisterous
Vero.
Whoa!
Well,
I'm trying to get
well,
lumped in
Vero.
here.
It's actually you versus Joel, and my revenge begins anew because now I get to watch you guys fucking kill each other on call.
Cool. You go first. I already made my point.
Well, first of all, I definitely know how to say his name.
That's a huge plus for this guy.
Yeah. I know how to
Because
pronounce things.
Is it gold or is it gold? Because
Just
like
say gold. It's
the
okay.
gold
Is fine. It's Goldie or Gold.
Gold D or and it's Roger, just one S. This is all for all the listeners out there.
Yeah, there's no S.
I do have a question. This can get cut but can I say the word bussy?
Yeah.
Oh,
my God,
that's on the table. You're fine.
Can I say the word?
That's all.
All right,
on
well,
the table.
I feel like even though I'm in the second round, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because Vero's already gotten to lay down a lot of stuff about Shanks.
I'm laying him down for sure.
So what I'm going to put out here is, yes, I know that people are going to come for me. The opening is him getting decapitated. Do you know how much sex I'm getting because my boyfriend was Gold Roger?
Okay, hang on.
Do you understand? Do you understand the morning?
Saying your benefit is that he's dead.
No.
And you're
getting
I'm getting ahead of this. I'm getting ahead of this because all you said to Delaney.
Oh, I wasn't gonna bring that one up.
All you said to Delaney was like, he's dead. Yeah,
No.
he's dead. Okay, so
I want to bring something up real quick. We were at dinner right before this, and we were like, who do we think Joel's going to pick? And I want to say, on record, I said Joel's going to pick a normal choice, but he's going to have some fucking reasoning that nobody could predict. And the reasoning now, I'm going to get banged a lot because my boyfriend died.
No. It's not that.
Could never
that's
have
not the only
predicted
thing.
that.
I'm trying to get ahead. I'm trying to get ahead before people come at me. Be like, oh, but that's the opening scene is him dying. Good job, you picked the deadest one. No, sir. No. We had a good life together. That man treated me right. But I will say, what am I going to do after he dies? Meal ticket. Yeah, once again, referencing George Costanza. Do you remember the episode?
No, he hides all his gold from you.
No.
You don't know where it is.
We're talking George Costanza, Seinfeld. Do you remember the episode where
He left it all. He felt you'll have
he's
to
got
find
the picture.
It.
He's got the picture of Susan, his dead ex-wife, and she looks so good. And then people are like banging George left and right because of that. I'm not just getting banged. People are buying me food. People buy me. I don't need the one piece. All right, my meal ticket is paid for on stories alone. Okay. That's just for the current time.
Because you can hold an 8x10 glossy of him looking sad at your fucking Jason's Deli
I'm just
or
trying
whatever.
to, once again, because there was a bunch of guff about Odin being dead, and I want to get in front of him. Okay, so listen, why is he a good daddy? Look at all of his little boys and the crew that he's got.
His little son that had such a bad daddy complex, he went and got himself killed.
Which one was the son?
Ace.
Ace is his dad. Oh, well, that was so funny. That was so. I forgot about that.
Vera just threw something in
I texted Shannon. I was like watching that arc, and I was like, "Yo, that's a giant hole in Ace." Well, so it made so much sense he was going to die. It made perfect sense.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, yeah, sure. He was bad to Ace. Who gives? Ace sucked. He was a little whiny. He was whiny. He was made too cool. He wasn't as cool as everyone thinks he was. That's why he was on screen long enough, because it's like one of those hot dudes that if you hang out with him long enough, you're like, man, you got nothing going on but that body. So I'm going to suck it 1 or 2 more times, and then I'm out. I'm going to get that taste on my lips, and then I'm walking. Anyways, we're not here to talk
That's what
about.
Yamato said.
We're not here to talk about his son. I'm saying, listen, he's a good father to all those. How many great pirates came because they were under his tutelage? Huh? How many?
You know who was under his tutelage?
Yeah, Shanks.
No, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So why is your daddy so good? Because I'm my man. My man taught. You know that thing that your guy does with his tongue? Who told him that?
This is just like Sinners.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know that because of him.
That scene in Sinners happened with
I haven't seen Sinners yet, so I can't wait to figure this
well,
out.
let me tell you.
You can imagine what the scene is.
So I'm just saying he's a good father figure because he ushered in such a great era of pirates. Without him, also we don't have a show without him. So that's a pretty good dad. And then also him and Whitebeard for sure took turns on each other.
But how does this make him a good significant other?
Oh, because the adventure, the fun. He's taking you out. He's showing you he's the greatest pirate. Are you telling me? Okay, now are y'all telling me? Because I know I'm focused.
Can you clip that?
I know y'all are focused a lot on
I need you to
on me saying that after his death, how great it is. The amount of stuff we get to do together as I'm just going around. And here's the thing. I'm jerking him at the wheel. He's up there going starboard or whatever. And I'm just down there. I'm enjoying that body. I'm making sure he's got no needs. And you know what? Very similar to Vero, I'm letting him do what he wants. That's the king of the pirates. Are you going to tell me that I'm going to hold that man down? No, sir. After he gets done, I'm going to run him a bath, rub those probably huge feet, and then I'm going to take care of him. All right? I'm going to be a little service boy for that guy. And I'm going to
sounds
love
like
it.
my hell.
No.
Do you think he would
Shanks
respect you
would
for doing
never
that?
make me do
Yeah.
that.
No,
You're doing it because you want to.
Because I feel like he would be doing.
Not to
I'm
You
not.
feel like you have to earn his love?
I'm not doing this because he's making me. I'm doing it because I think he deserves it and he takes care of me. I'm not good at living. I'm not good at going out there and fighting stuff. If I eat a devil fruit, it's a bad one. All right?
What's a bad devil fruit?
My devil fruit gave me this voice. My devil fruit was like, hey, you don't know a lot of words and you can't control the volume.
The Kreischer fruit.
Yeah, the Kreischer fruit. So I don't have a lot of skills. And even without the devil fruit, I'm not swimming. The ocean is terrifying.
Yeah, they're sea kings.
So he's taking care of me, and I'm enjoying my life. Because here's the thing. I like what we got to do. I'm enjoying it. He's not forcing me to do anything. Also, once again, this is to go back to the original question. All One Piece is about how you read and realize that you're just gay. And so, the real One Piece, as I said,
Is gay sex?
Is the sucking and fucking along the way?
it's the bussy. You're going to go find the One Piece, and then you're going to open it up, huge chest, and Dennis Reynolds hand-drawn style, it's going to be a picture of Goldie Roger going to town on
That's why the main character's name is Monkey D. Bussy.
And I drew that picture.
And that's
I don't need the One Piece.
why Shanks and Buggy were too sick to be there because they were babies and they couldn't see
Exactly.
it.
So
Yes.
I made the One Piece, and it's manga of Goldie Roger really Whitebeard.
It's NC-17
It's an
doji.
I'm the first person to do flipbook. I drew so many pictures of them banging. That's a moving picture right there. So the real One Piece is that bussy. So that's why he's a great dad. Because he's just telling everybody, hey, don't be gay. Don't listen to any laws. Do whatever you want. I rest my case.
Wow. Wow.
This sounds like a lot of coping for somebody who knows that they are just not offering what Roger desires.
An argument for a man who is not sure the man's last name is Roger.
The least important thing about your partner is knowing what any of their names are. It's about living. It's about having fun.
You just gotta call him daddy.
Yeah. And also, once again,
He's not just a daddy, he's a sugar daddy. There's tears.
I'm not doing this because he wants me to. I'm doing it because I like taking care of people, all right? I think it's nice what I'm doing for. I'm taking care of other guys on the ship. Am I jerking them when they steer? Not necessarily. Maybe. But I am making sure everyone's taken care of because it feels good to be part of a crew.
So, on Roger's crew...
Is any of this usable?
On Roger's crew...
I don't think I cussed that
You
much.
have to be... the cabin boy with the tightest little ass ever in order to survive, I suppose.
These are
That's
words
not
that you're
what
putting in my
Shanks
mouth.
said.
These are words that you're putting in my mouth
I'm
here.
having time with the boys.
Roger
You
allows
just
people to
spent
be who they want to
15
be.
minutes saying you were going to be Roger's butt boy. What
That's
the
not
fuck are you
saying
talking
that you
about?
have to be Roger's butt boy. Some people want to be a butt boy.
I'm saying
Some
that's
people
fine.
want to
I'm
be
not
a butt
talking
boy?
about that. I'm just saying that's the
No.
argument
I
you're
will not
making.
take this butt boy
That's
dispersion.
the argument you're making.
No, I'm saying that Roger lets me do what I want, and that's take care of him. That's have a good time.
Yeah,
And you guys are trying to
for
say
being his
no.
butt boy.
How many?
You think...
What? I enjoy. I like being a caretaker. It's fun. I don't have
You
a
like
lot
being a
of
butt
skills.
boy?
I like being a butt
Shanks
boy.
wouldn't do that for
A
you?
butt boy?
A butt boy?
Shanks wouldn't do that for you?
I'm not saying that Shanks wouldn't do that for me, but you know what?
How is Roger better?
How is Roger? Because he taught Shanks. Shanks is only half as good as he is because of Roger.
And how do you think human history progressed so far? We built on what we learned from those that came before and mastered it.
Yeah. Well, how many flip books of Shanks slamming that pussy is there out there? I know there's one flip book out there, and that's called the One Piece. I'm actually friends with Oda. He showed it to me. He said, hey, kid, you want to come see this? I was like, I'm 37. And he was like, come here.
I do remember the day that happened. Joel called me and told me, you'll never guess what Joel, 37-year-old, was just shown by my good friend Oda.
He put the hat on you as he left and was like, oh, follow your dreams.
Yeah. That picture where he's laughing, he wasn't laughing. Joel was
is the
under
flip
him.
book.
And
Yeah. You do not have to do those things to be on his crew. I'm just getting to live my life. I'm getting to enjoy going on adventures. I'm going out. I'm having fun. That's why I think it's good, Daddy. And once again, the whole era of pirates, the show One Piece itself, would not exist without Gold D. Roger, the man whose name I know.
Not talking about him being a great dad and being the
it
best
actually
partner.
sounds more like you're talking about how good of a lover and a butt boy you are.
He's a good dad.
This
Once
is
again,
really
all
about
the
what you're doing
pirates
for
that
him.
he was good too. Also, Ace was a lost cause. That boy was never.
Whoa!
You know who would never say that? And a good step parent.
Joel just turned into that bitch from the Parent Trap, like with that hat. It's like, oh, hello,
Listen,
child.
we're
I'm
not.
shipping you off to boarding school.
I didn't come here to say that Ace is a boring, overblown character, but I am saying it.
You said you were going to turn the audience against you, and I was curious how you were going to do that.
It's crazy they're against me being right.
How's that running for you, man? You win him over yet?
Yeah, that's my target
Saying
audience.
one of the most beloved characters in the franchise just kind of
He's
sucks.
beloved because he didn't get enough screen time for us to not like him.
Guys, you want to vote? Any questions?
This is tough.
I mean, do you have anything you'd like to add on Shanks' end?
Here's the thing. Me and my man, I don't got to grovel to prove.
Who's groveling?
Listen. Roger knocked that lady up so bad she had to be pregnant for 2 goddamn years.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of man does that?
Well,
Oh,
she used her force of will.
That woman used her strength of being a mother.
He put that evil on her and made her endure that.
God
because
forbid
of
a
who
woman
he
do
is.
anything.
She shouldn't have to carry a baby for. I don't want to hear it. You two aren't going to know.
She chose. She could have had Ace whenever he was supposed to be born, and
then she would have died.
It would have saved us that whole arc.
No.
It would have killed her ass.
I'm just saying. Shanks is the kind of daddy that isn't going to knock anybody up and ruin their life over it. He respects my bodily autonomy.
This is weird.
You can knock someone up and respect your
Yeah.
bodily autonomy.
Yeah.
I learned that in health class.
Right. Right, I've got my vote.
Where'd you learn that one? Florida? They
well-
kinda lie to you
All
there,
right,
so-
Delaney's got. You guys got your votes locked in.
This is tough.
I think Shanks would be a little sweeter. I think he would take care of you. I think he's not going to make me be a butt boy or whatever.
Why are you trying to say that he's making me do any of these things?
So.
You guys are trying to make it sound like Roger is trying to make me do any of these things. We're fighting to the death here. Huh? I know, but I'm just saying, you're the only thing you can do against my argument is put words in my mouth. Roger's allowing me to just do what I want.
We're on a podcast right now. That's the whole
Joel,
point.
Yeah. I just sat here for 15 solid minutes talking about how much sucking and fucking Joel that Roger was going to permit you to engage in.
Not permit! You guys are making this sound all wrong. Like I'm like, oh, please. No, well, I want to suck him off. I'm sucking him off.
Lady, gentlemen, gentle they.
I think they're both bad dads, so it's hard.
They're terrible Shanks dude's a bad dad. He showed up and saved Uta. He cared about her. He told her he was doing what was best for her.
In the last 5 minutes.
Saying I was doing what was best for you and then bailing is...
She turned out great.
Yeah, that was fine. She became a VTuber. That's so cool.
Red flag.
I gotta think about it.
That's a tough one.
Delaney?
Well, now that's kind of fucked it a little bit. No good parent lets their kid become a VTuber.
Because I know it was just a movie. She can't.
She's like in a manga panel.
Yes, she's around.
I think they're both really terrible dads.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they're both horseshit dads. Poor Makino, poor Uta, poor Ace, poor Portgastede.
Poor Luffy?
What was Ace's mom's name? Portgastede.
Rouge.
I feel bad for all these people. And Luffy's fine.
Luffy's mom.
Luffy's
crocodile?
trauma is from like Garp and all that stuff.
Yeah, Dragon.
Dragon, not from Shanks. I think I was thinking about it a lot. What it comes down to is that Joel is at a disadvantage, just because Roger is more enigmatic. We know less about him, what he actually is like. Like there are glimpses of him. Yeah. I feel like I understand Shanks better, so that's probably why I gravitate towards Shanks, because you do see the moments of kindness from him, or the things that he does that are not just like grand pirate adventures, like what you would actually want, like in a partner, or even like a friend, or just someone that like with all my selling Tom was about his personality, so I gotta go with Shanks. Both of y'all made very compelling arguments, and they are both terrible dads.
Think of the scene in the bar where the bandits jump them, and he's just like, I'm gonna laugh it off. Emotional maturity, composure.
Wait, hang on, and you're saying he's gonna laugh it off, and you're saying laughing O-face is
he's gonna laugh off some bullshit that he doesn't have to deal with. We'll have a little fight, and it'll be whatever. He's not gonna rage in my face or something.
That's not saying Roger. We don't really know enough about.
Didn't Roger turn himself in too?
Well, he was dying.
Yeah, I was saying, but he was just
that was kind of him making peace with things. So like maybe by the end of the series there would be more to Roger that we can kind of
switch to my side is what I'm saying.
I already made my vote.
Strucci, I really appreciate you coming from the most like logical, well thought out.
Yeah, me screaming "bussy" really screams logical argument.
Delaney.
It's hard because on the one hand, Shanks has been shady for years, and I don't trust his ass.
But it wasn't Shanks.
But he does have moments. He has moments, but he's always been kind of shady on his own merits. When we see him, we've seen him being a bit shady with it. Even those other with those other times accepted. I'm not forgetting. I'm just saying. But. Like, on the other hand, as much as I appreciate how thorough Joel is in interrogating the meaning of daddy to encompass sugar daddy, as a long-term...
That was the crux of your argument.
Oh, here's the thing. I don't know what a good father is. I can't make that argument. You guys expect me to come on here and be like, oh, this is what a good dad does? I don't know what that is.
You voted for DILFs!
Yeah,
DILFs.
Yeah, because I thought we were just going to be talking about hot dudes that we would, we are do stuff with. I didn't know there has to be. He's a good father. Oh, that's not what I signed on for.
Unfortunately, I think the thing that's hinging for these people is that they want to feel like they're voting for the good dad. That's why.
Oh well, parents aren't good people.
That was one of the criteria. That was one of the three.
So Delaney,
I want to vote for one of the criteria that I was told to vote for.
You can go ahead. Be brave, Delaney, and vote for me.
Okay, Donald Trump.
I let Delaney speak.
Both of you are insane. I'm going with Joel just because he's thought about this long term.
Oh,
Wow.
Tiebreaker
That is so
pressure.
fucked up to
That
say
being
this to me.
said, I need to impress upon the listening audience that the picture Joel painted is fucking terrifying to me personally.
Delaney, you voted against me because I beat you last round.
I think
you almost got me. You almost got me back, but no, sorry, I gotta go with Joel.
All right, Evan.
Do you feel that there is any worry that Shanks has to be the only red-haired character in the series? Because the only other red-haired character he meets, he pretty much like kills immediately. Is that a worry?
There's a spoiler. Oh, sorry. I'm bringing out the nuke. Not only do I get to have passionate sex with Shanks, I get to be fucking his twin brother too.
No, that was not on the
Bring that
table.
one in.
That man is not a father.
I thought he doesn't have to be a father. I was talking about
He doesn't
about
count.
fucking sucking Roger's crew earlier.
No.
Shanks is not the only redhead on the Grand Line.
Apparently, there's a twin now.
Right.
yeah, there's an
Because that's a good storyline to bring up.
Don't let that influence your decision, Evan.
Are we
It's like
not
a
saying
purse
no
dunk that comes with
spoiler?
a
I thought we
Barbie.
were-
No, I'm just calling out
Because
that
I
that's
didn't
a
wanna-
dumb
there was
thing
another
to be like
element
20 years later.
of Shanks that I was not going to bring
Yeah,
up.
Isn't
yeah,
it
yeah.
so hot when a guy has an evil twin brother and you're like, hold on.
I think it's scary. I'm not interested.
You're not reading enough books.
I get confused.
I wouldn't read a
I'm
book, and I
the same.
resent
I
the
don't like that
implication.
part.
God, these are both really bad fathers.
Yeah, that's what makes it hard. They both
And
make very
all the
compelling
times
arguments.
Shanks was shady.
I guess I'm going to go with Shanks.
Ah!
Because here's the thing, we don't know that much about Gold D. Roger.
I was
don't
gonna
know
scream
anything about his
Bussy
personal
so
life.
much more.
No, and Joel, I want to be really clear. I appreciated all the Bussy talk.
Here's the thing. I didn't pick anyone until like right before this started. So
Same.
I'm good with this.
That
what you were
was
saying
all
about
gas.
Roger not being someone you can really engage with reminded me of my own dad. And I thought that perhaps...
Does anyone here have a dad they like? Raise their hand.
Ooh.
I had one.
Oh, gabagool.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
My dad's...
Guys, I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
I had one.
I'm so happy you said that because I was like, I'm not bringing that. I'm not.
Vero's leaving the
Yeah. So I think that means I
I
win.
didn't say my dad's a bad guy. I
think
just
that
can't.
means-
I don't know anything
I think
about
that
him.
means I win. Vero left. So.
No, I did have a really good dad one time.
One time. Yeah.
One time
I have
had
a One
great
Piece
dad.
character backstory.
Yeah, but I will say, if in 38 years when One Piece ends,
Yeah.
if they pop open that box and it is a flip book of Bussy,
Then we'll
I
retroactively...
retroactively win.
Yeah. I think it is. Hold on.
I
I'm gonna
hope
write-
that's so
Bussy
true.
book.
I,
Graphic drawings.
yeah, I
of
hope
Gold
that's so
Roger.
true, and all the fans are so
I'm just going to
mad.
take you to Mandarake sometime and show you all the Zosen walls.
That's what the One Piece is.
All right.
So
It's you and me. And the thing is,
One of them is a good dad. End of discussion.
we don't even have to do the argument. Is anyone going to let me get in a point, or do I just lose automatically?
do you? Well, let's see, because
We'll hear it out. Because an element of it is sex appeal, and an element of it is good dad.
Okay. So, go.
We have a. I just think that it's a pretty. If we're talking about who the best dad is, it's kind of like a no-brainer because the last matchup was, God, these are both such horrible dads, and the matchup before that was, God, these are both such great dads. I feel like Beige is in the camp of great dad. We see him dad on screen. Don't really do that for Shanks, or the one time
That's
we do,
true.
he then fucks off for 20 more years.
yeah,
Beige, he sticks around.
he holds that baby.
He's committed. He holds that baby. He's getting his baby involved in his life.
He loves his baby so much.
He loves his baby so much.
But
Now,
I don't want to have sex with him.
here's the thing.
Here's the thing about Beige.
Daddy, I'd like to fuck. Let's sit and think on that word for a minute. Fuck.
Welcome to TED Talks. With
Yeah,
Vero.
could you say
Joel's
that more like
nodding
an
his
NPR
head
host?
thoughtfully.
No.
You know those mouth sounds that they do? They're like,
You're listening to NPR. Subject is, Daddy, I'd like to fuck. I'd like to just...
Scholars have debated the fuckability.
and the thing is,
Shanks.
this
This is Terry Gross.
Italian. He's.
Hey,
It doesn't matter
Oh.
how much you bathe him. The walls of your house are gonna smell like it. Your
Smell like
fucking
what?
baby's bassinet is gonna smell like it. You're gonna be in the kitchen.
Oh, so all of a
trying to
sudden
make
it's not a
yourself-
perk anymore
whoa,
when
whoa,
it's
whoa,
vagina
whoa,
and
whoa,
your
whoa.
fucking pig.
And there's gonna be cigar smoke
You're-
everywhere,
you're
and you're
telling
gonna
me
be
that my-
cool as
nauseous.
hell.
You're
Next
telling me
question.
my house
No.
reeking of garlic is a bad thing?
I said cigar.
Yeah, the dude
No, you
smokes
said
like he's in a
Italian.
Stanzo
You
hat.
said Italian.
I'm circling. I'm fucking arguing with him. First of all,
I'm arguing with everybody.
he's mad he didn't win. You're gonna lose your fucking security deposit because of the smoke stains. He is not exuding sex appeal.
You don't need a security deposit. He is the house.
I was gonna say that, but
Where's
You don't
the
need a lease.
resale value for your children? Here's the thing. His body is the house. What happens when you guys die? There's no home to pass on to your kids.
He's extremely powerful and rich.
Vero?
And also, I would argue, one of the most well-groomed, certainly the most well-groomed of the supernovas.
what, Delaney?
Vero, if you can look me in my eyes and tell me dead ass that Shanks has good credit without laughing,
That Shanks has a
without
house.
cracking a smile.
Delaney, there are thousands of islands along
That's
the
not the
Grand
words.
Line.
That's
that
not the
will-
words. I need to hear the words.
He has
good
great
credit.
They fly his flag everywhere. That's a
That's not the
credit
same-
to
not the
him.
same.
We're
Also,
talking credit score.
here's the thing.
They don't have credit scores in One Piece.
You know that none of these people have houses. They live on the sea. Being a pirate's free. They're roaming around.
They got ships.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Shanks can't turn into that.
Shanks has 1,000 islands. As many islands being like, man, we love Shanks. If you're a friend of his, come stay here. He protects
Yeah,
all
we
the time.
can definitely
He's a good
trust
guy.
someone that owns their own island. Yeah, that's always been a real good trait for someone to have. That I got a private island.
Are you going to tell me the Italian guy is bad when you're arguing for an Irish man? I don't fucking think so.
Oh, so now we've all seen Sinners.
I wasn't even bringing up sinners. They're just a bunch of drunks.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's
What does that have to do
You're
with
bringing up
lack
the
of
Italian
sex
thing. I
appeal?
can get a little
Also,
I'm
anti-Irish.
just saying.
Also,
I'm Irish as well. I want to be very clear. Not that it matters. You can be mean to the Irish.
Much.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Not so different. You
and I do get, because this is all supposed to be all about personal bias and where you're putting yourself in there. But I feel like you're really discounting what sex appeal is to everybody. Shanks,
He's got a little scar.
yeah, no,
He's
good,
got
no
that-
wrong. He's hot. He's fuckable. Don't, show me every picture you want. But also, Shanks you're only with him for 2 weeks and you boot him out.
If
you
I
know what's sexy?
feel
You know what's
like
sexy
it,
to me?
I don't have
is
to.
stability.
He can bring me along.
Is this
Reliability.
like your reliability? Shanks, great. You come, you slam it. We go have some fun orgies. You
Look at
bring
that.
me to one of your private islands. No.
There's
But
a landing strip for you right there.
That's great. Yeah. But here's the thing. I bet most of the time Shanks is gonna be looking at a mirror of himself.
What?
Shanks is gonna be looking into a mirror while he's banging you, just so he can look at
American
himself.
Psycho style.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shanks ain't ever. You ever
You
nutted?
think I'm not?
You ever nut at the same time when you're just staring at someone's eyes? Yeah. But
You think I'm not?
No, I get what you're saying.
Why are you arguing against me?
His and hers mirrors.
I'm trying to say, well, because I think
So
I
I
think
know
you're
where the biases
I think
are.
you're pigeonholing what sexiness is. Because yes, there is an appeal,
Hold on,
but it's
sorry.
not just physical attraction. It's being, it's being taken care. It's being
I don't
felt
want
safe.
somebody who's going to pop out a baby that has a pre-made nicotine addiction.
He does it. You teach him.
Yeah.
He learns because you're a good dad.
That's
and you
what
teach him
that's
that
what
smoking
being
cigars
responsible parents all
His-
about.
his-
Thank you, Delaney.
Yeah, when
His
you're
daughter's
Italian.
a YouTuber. We all know how that's going to turn out. Okay.
Hey.
She's gonna be playing a ukulele doing an apology video.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Yeah.
His dress is cool.
Yeah.
So Delaney, I have. You're not in this round. I feel like you're not biased and whatever. With the rules, are we weighing equally sex appeal and like being a good father? Because that, like, I'm split on the two characters. How am I supposed to judge this?
Also, Beige eats out way more and probably better than Shanks.
So not
Absolutely
I'm
true.
talking to Delaney.
Absolutely
I'm talking
true.
to
I
Delaney.
just want. It feels like it needs to be said.
I think that's true too, but I'm talking to
Thank
Delaney.
you.
Yeah.
At this point, it's whatever you weigh more heavily. Like I don't think one has more
Okay.
bearing than the other.
If the D or the F is a bigger weight.
Okay, then man, everyone had such good arguments tonight. I have my vote.
I got my vote.
I'm voting.
Lay it on me. We got to do the other segment still.
What?
It's a quick one. It's fun. It'll
Okay,
be fun
I will say, because I do think if we're going like dad, like not just daddy, but like daddy.
It's daddy I'd like to fuck.
I know, but I'm
God,
saying
daddy.
any long term, I think Shanks would be great for a while. I don't think there's long term staying power there. I think eventually he is gonna not show up for one of those 2 weeks things. He's gonna stop showing up. I am gonna go Beiji because I do think, because also once again, I think that dependability that's gonna be there. Also, as we talked about, you seen
So he's settling.
Have you seen? I'm not
He'd
settling.
rather
No,
settle.
I'm
It's
not
apples and
settling.
oranges.
I'm picking a man that's gonna choose me. Also, once again,
He's going to choose his wife because you're the homewrecker in this situation.
no, I'm the wife in this situation.
You get to be the wife.
Yep.
of
I'm
the
the
wife.
wife.
Joe's
the
the
wife.
wife.
But yeah, that's my pick.
That's fine.
He's
Shanks
Oh,
is a
father
good
advice.
Shanks is a good little slut though, not a good father.
Sure. Yeah, he is.
Right.
Shannon.
I don't think Beiji is like sexy. It's Shanks immediately. But if we're like looking at full picture, I think Beiji would be a better sexual partner than Shanks would be a father by far. And Beiji is like one of the best heads in One Piece, so that's my vote.
100%.
I think that's right. Just weighing it. I totally understand what you were saying, Vero.
It's a
I
good
think
argument.
You had a really good argument. But when I get
these
down
are the
to
Titans, right? There's a reason. This is
Yeah.
the finals, baby.
I've had sex with really hot people and it doesn't last that long. Like you're just like, okay, cool. Like what's past this?
Well, look
Yeah.
who's had sex with really hot people.
Yeah, I pull.
Accept
well,
defeat.
Not that it matters. Not that it matters anymore. Yeah, I'm going Beiji. I take long-term gains
Fucking
over short-term pleasure.
whores.
I'd
All
like to
of
offer
you.
a respectful handshake for a game well played.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, their hands slip because there's so much olive oil.
what, Delaney?
a gentle Ariana Grande finger grab
Yeah.
in mutual respect.
We're holding space.
Yeah, we're holding
Yeah.
space for Shanks.
No, I think
Fingers.
genuinely, I think everybody had really interesting choices, and it just comes down to not just preferences, but like I don't know, the characters are complicated.
A lot of respect for Tom. I gotta say,
Yeah.
that was a
Love
good
I will
Tom.
say that was
Genuinely
a great
love
She's
Tom.
puffing on that.
I have no interest in having sex
Tom-
with Tom, but I love
Tom was a really good. I feel like Tom's a good dad.
I know we're pressed for
Yeah.
time, but who was your like runner-up for your choices?
I was looking at
Zeph.
Zeph,
yeah.
good pick. Good pick.
Mont Blanc Nolan. What were a couple of others? Because I just thought he was an interesting character. He was so honest that he got killed and abandoned his family by dying. Y'all go. I'm gonna look at.
I was gonna do that frog guy just because I thought it was just all about sex
Like the
stuff.
frog guy.
I thought it was gonna be all about sex stuff, so I was gonna talk about that tongue.
I consulted with some pals, and my other one was going to be Whitebeard, but my friend Drew was like, you should do Dragon because he's hot, which true, but I
would
thought
love
I'd
to
lose on
argue
the
for
dad.
Dragon.
Yeah, and then my friend Will was like Kairos, who's the one-legged gentleman from Dressrosa.
Also, I want to point this out. Oda makes everybody too buff and too hot, so Beiji actually has a little different look to him.
That's
which
true.
adds
Like a character
which
actor.
adds some
Yeah.
hotness to him because he's not just like a
different.
walking
already
stack of
lost.
muscles.
You don't
I know,
have to teabag
no,
me.
but I'm just trying to say in the work because this is like the problem with CW shows. Everyone is the same level of everyone's like 8 and 9s minimum, so no one's really hot on that show because everyone's so high. So like Beiji, I'm just like, hey, good for you. Yeah, you got that weird little guy energy.
My other one was gonna be Genzo, but he couldn't beat anybody in a fight.
Oh,
Nami's
yeah.
father figure.
That's a good one.
I like him. I like that character a lot.
Yeah.
I can argue with personality all day, but
If the ability to pull off a dipshit hat was on there, I think that's something.
Yeah,
and
he
that's
would
something I
win.
would like to consider as a Law fan.
Top tier ability.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
one of the best to ever do it. Anyway,
Oh, great.
I was just curious what
Okay.
lost.
Well, congratulations on Evan and Beiji for walking away with the competition. Again,
Italians.
reiterating my strong belief that Beiji is the only supernova with rights. I don't give a shit about Kid. I don't give a shit about Law. Who the fuck was the straw doll guy? I don't really care. Beiji only. Stocks are high. And that's the final word on. That's objectively the final word. Nobody else gets to follow up on that thought. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. And we're going to do a brisk Yaoi Thunderdome. So see you on the other side.
This is the double anime recap for episodes 1127 and 1128. I'm your host Sam, and today with me we have Arm & Hammer's very own Steve Yurko.
Please don't eat me. Oh, you're talking about Arm & Hammer, the baking soda.
I see where you went with that.
That was the most clever one I think I'll ever do.
that was you were on your feet with that one.
Yeah, I think you got me at a good time.
I think we're both probably having a good time here watching a little anime.
Spoilers, 2 really good episodes.
Yeah. I'm really excited to talk about these 2.
Let's get into it.
First up, we have 1127, titled Luffy versus Kizaru, a fierce kaleidoscopic battle. I love the use of the word kaleidoscopic.
Intentional.
And Usopp is remarking, Luffy, you almost stepped on us. Because if we remember from the cliffhanger of last week, Luffy in Gear 5 turned into a big giant Luffy, and he grabbed Kizaru, and he's holding him like a Barbie doll.
I can't get over the I think we'll hear plenty of it. Just the sounds Kizaru makes while being held.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like Luffy's like rocking his head back and forth as he's like, I don't know, I don't know what he's doing. He's just like intimidating.
But like
Kizaru.
still a goofball. It's like
goofily hunting his prey.
Yeah, it's like, honey, I blew up the kid. It's like scary because it's like a giant child.
Mm-hmm. And Kizaru's like, I'd appreciate it if you just let me do my job. And then he gets not a cartoon sweat mark, like a really realistic like sweat drop like going down his neck, like a nice dark streak. He is perspirating for real, in not just for effect. He is. We are in his shoes a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
So Luffy pulls him out of the lab and just winds him up and twirls him around in the sky, and throws him so hard that the clouds part like a sonic boom.
Yeah, should have done this first pitch at the Red Sox game.
And Brook is he's getting his jokes in. He's like, oh, I finally got to see Luffy's new form with my own eyes. Oh, but I don't have any eyes. Yo ho ho! It
His
shook
second
me to
one
my
wasn't as good. Yeah, it shook me to my core.
Yeah, I'm. That's a reach.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised when the dub comes around. They switched that one up a little bit. That one felt a little too close to the I don't know. I don't know what the Japanese is specifically, but that felt, I'm like, nah, it needs more like you gotta focus on like the organs and stuff.
Yeah, like an actual body part, not just
like Brook still has a core, his core can be shaken.
It just felt like he was in his mind like, oh, what's a cliche I could use that I can turn into a joke? Core. Wait, no.
He's trying out new material.
Yeah. Yes, this is open mic night. Vegapunk he has a moment of freaking out once he sees that Bonnie is up and about and sneaking around on the island via the security cameras. He's just got her like hood up, so she's in stealth mode. Frankie's telling Vegapunk over the phone what happened. He's saying that Kizaru had kicked Bonnie away. And Sanji overhears this, and he has to get his word in. He gets super mad at the idea that somebody would kick a lady. And Lilith is basically saying like, "Oh, go be with your friends. I can see this is weighing on you. Like I got it from here. And there are 2 wolves inside of me. One of whom thinks it's a little gauche to mention every single time that they draw Lilith's posterior with a little definition, but that wolf is not getting fed tonight, so.
I don't know. I'll come out and right and say it. Like Lilith, that's one of the top 10 butts in One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me to just do Al Pacino right here, right now, or should we just move on?
Follow your heart, Steve.
He's got a great ass.
We got this great action scene with Bonnie versus the Marines.
Great ass.
Great action scene.
Great action scene.
A lot of switching like point of view shots. Like she's like in the bushes, looking through a gap, and then like we see her point of view as she's like running between the Marines and kind of zigzagging around them and like using her powers to change their ages. But then there's also shots of the Marines' point of view as like this strange woman is just attacking them and then turning them into children.
What's handy is like since the anime was delayed, like the latest English volume 108 covers a lot of this stuff. So, and what I loved was because in the manga, this is like a panel.
Yeah.
And it's just the after effects.
Yeah, I had that thought watching this. I'm like, this feels like in the manga they would have done something where it's just we just see them that they're kids and we infer
exactly
something happened.
And this is what the anime should specialize in, is really taking these moments like, oh, that's a cool scene, that would have been nice to see, and we get to see it. And it's I know
fantastic.
I know what the big takeaway was from this episode, and we'll get to it soon, but I really was impressed with this Bonnie sequence. Kind of, for people unaware, or people need a reminder that she is a supernova. She was a supernova. The supernova feels like a outdated term at this point, but there was a reason why she was amongst that crop, and this is why.
She has a very distinct like the animation is definitely favoring like zipping around, tagging guys with her powers, bouncing off of walls. She feels very like bendy and like she's not Gear 5, but she's got like some like squash and stretch going on, but still very like there's like an athleticism to it. And there's like just a lot of really cool individual details within this action, like the one guy like grabbing her hood and pulling it off, and her having this moment of like, oh no, but then she like shrinks down and causing the Marines to like end up hitting each other and whatnot.
It's really well thought out and just well paced.
I like the last Marine she gets where she like tags him and then she's like running off into the horizon in the frame, and then like the back of the Marine who she just touched is now like shrinking down, and like you see him turning into a child, and his like shirt like kind of falling off his shoulders. Just great. Great direction. Great. Framing and whatnot. She lands behind like a big piece of rubble that she's using like a wall, because there's some Marines surrounding Sentomaru's body after the fight with Kizaru, and we get like a brief flashback to what I presume was like 2 minutes ago when Sentomaru caught her from the sky when Kizaru kicked her.
I forgot what happened here, because I thought like, oh, did Sentomaru like leap and kind of like catch her before she hit the wall? So because she got kicked into that that barrier and it exploded, and I'm like, damn. And I'm like, I kind of forgot. I'm like, Bonnie could take a hit like that, and so I thought, I'm like, oh, is this supposed to show like this is my memory, because I hadn't refreshed myself with the chapter, and I'm like, no, he just caught her after she fell.
Yeah.
So Bonnie's tough as hell.
That brings us to the eye catch of the episode. We come back to Zoro versus Lucci, and this looks awesome.
God.
I did take a few. I did look for names of animators to attribute to. So the Bonnie sequence is an animator named Zhu Guang Lu, I believe is the pronunciation. And Zoro versus Lucci is Tu Young Se, and which I'm completely spitballing on that pronunciation.
True. Are they from?
But that's a familiar name.
Yeah.
He's definitely.
Do you know their nationality at all? Because it seems like they're definitely freelance.
Yeah. I mean the first name is definitely Chinese.
Yeah.
Tu Young Se, is that
not that it
Chinese?
matters?
Yeah, I don't know with a lot of confidence. Not Japanese.
No, for sure.
Or the name's not Japanese, at least.
But some familiar names that have definitely have touched One Piece before.
Yeah, this looks great. Like just the way Lucci's like the flames from his awakening. There's something very like striking, even in like the still shots where it's just the veil like moving around. Is very graphic and very cool looking.
I saw somebody watching this the Monday after it came out at the airport when I was like flying home.
Oh yeah.
The old me would have just tapped him on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, how about that One Piece?" But this is everywhere.
Show him
now.
your tattoo.
I'm afraid I've done that once before, and they didn't know what the hell it was, and I'm like, I will. The real ones know. So.
Oh. Because it's so perfectly fit for that like silent acknowledgement.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know, the One Piece walk around characters at Universal Studios knew what it was, and that's all that matters. That was a test.
And then we have this wonderful sequence of Kizaru. He's flying. He's still in the process of getting sent through the air from Luffy's throw. His arms are crossed. He doesn't seem too bothered. And he's like, I think I'm gonna fall into this sea, because he's like his back is like right up against the water, like flying parallel. And then he does this motion where he kind of scoops up the air, like he's sort of guiding his the momentum that he's gonna change to. And then he does his Yasakani Sacred Jewel, and turns into a burst of light beams, and they recollect and fly back to Egghead. Just beautiful, rainbowy, this cool visual scenario of him like very chill, but like flying and just redirecting his motion. Just all great.
Yeah,
yes.
That was just incredible with how much is happening on the screen. But I didn't find it at all like there's too much going on where I can't tell what's going on. It's like I felt like this was like pretty easy to read and definitely not easy to animate. That's for sure.
Kizaru reappears into the battle with lots of Kizaru in tow. And Luffy's eyes bug out. And I wrote down Akihiro Ota as one of those animators who really specializes in that like kind of sketchy, liquidy, cool style.
Have we gotten to the Chansard stuff yet? Or did we move past that already?
I did not write him down, so I don't know which part's his specifically.
I think he was very much involved with that Kizaru sequence with the multiple Kizarus and like the rainbows and all that. He has an excellent thread on Twitter recently where he talks all about it.
Cool.
Yeah, check that out. It's incredible how much thought went into the process of that.
Yeah, and again, like a lot of like camera spinning around, action. We see Luffy's point of view a few times. Lots of like rainbowy effects. I love this one shot where you see like it's Luffy's point of view, and you see his own hand up close, and like the light from Kizaru is like you can see it through like the skin of his hand, so you can see like the bones through like the subsurface scattering.
Luffy or Kizaru?
Luffy, like you see Kizaru's light is causing like almost an X-ray effect on Luffy, but it's like kind of realistic. So it's like his hand is like orange, and you see like the dark bones through his hand. Like it's crazy. Like in Gear 5 to think he even has bones, but just a good like blink and you miss it detail.
Right. Oh, there's a lot of that here. Those impact frames.
Luffy goes giant again. And Kizaru's like running up his arm like he's like an Attack on Titan. Like Luffy, tries to grab him, and then Kizaru dodges, but like all the multiple Kizarus are making like this monkey chain, grabbing each other's ankles and stuff, and like whipping around.
Yeah, that was another amazing scene. It was, yeah. Sorry, I'll save some more comments
I agree.
I was just like, I was watching this and I was just in awe. Like, I know like One Piece has some really great action sequences and all that, but for me to kind of just like watch it, like, and not just like, this is awesome, but just more like kind of just like laughing with it, it's almost like watching like a performance of like trapeze artists or something like that. Just,
yeah.
I was so charmed by all this.
And Luffy puts an end to the Kizarus by finishing with a gum Dawn stamp and just like punching like right, or I guess kicking right through all the clones. But Kizaru, he just like zips away and he's back at the lab and he's grabbing Usopp by the lips. He's like, this, don't you know this is an insensitive stereotype?
And it's in the manga too. It's like you don't see a close up of Usopp, but like you could tell he's grabbing him.
And Kizaru shoots a beam at Vegapunk's car. Like Vegapunk, Frankie, and Atlas and Sanji are all driving away in this like gachapon ball on wheels. And Kizaru shoots a laser at it, but then Luffy dives in and eats the laser.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like absorbs the light and goes, and like a big Super Saiyan sound effect happens.
This was like the one sequence I thought kind of didn't, I think, fully capture Oda's gag here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you feel the same way, because I think
I'm trying to remember what the difference was.
I think just it lacked like that, like a kind of like medium shot of Luffy with the light beaming from out of him.
Uh-huh.
I think it was zipping around a little too fast. Like we still got like that wide shot, but I thought like, oh, the whole gag is he absorbed the light, and then it's like, he's being like lit up like a Christmas tree. Didn't quite nail the gag of it to me.
Yeah, like I thought, like I think it's super funny when he eats the light, but then like I thought he was like charging up for like a big super attack or something.
Yeah, I think the tone was a bit off.
And then yeah, that just kind of like we cut away before that like really goes anywhere. And where Atlas is giving the order to the pacifistas to turn on the Marines and attack the Marines instead, because the Marines and all the pacifistas were readying to kill Vegapunk because they're all in his he's in their line of sight. But now the pacifistas are about to change direction. And one of them is like readying up a laser beam, and then before we can see what happens, it cuts away to Saint J. Garcia Saturn in his like naval office room with this like kind of glitchy security camera effect punching in on him. And we get the to be continued card over the very faint image of his eyes in the darkness. And then we move on to 1128. The Nightmare Strikes. Godhead of Science and Defense, Saint Saturn. And we're back to Saturn in his office as we're cross-cutting between him and the pacifistas. I love this representation of the pacifistas like hierarchy. These cool illustrations. I don't know who drew these.
These are reused. I'm pretty sure these were in another
I think you're
episode.
right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. They still look great. And
look
I like we're demonstrating, because they were previously under the orders of Kizaru, who's using the authority chip, right? So we got the image of the chip, and it like rolls up to Sentomaru, and then rolls up to Vegapunk because it's Atlas Vegapunk who's now in control. So it's a cool demonstration of like kind of the order of authority. And then they're all turning on the Marines. Now Atlas and Sanji are calling out for Bonnie, and they're trying to find her. And Sanji's like, "Wait, hold on. I know exactly how to do this. I'm a professional." And he closes his eyes and he turns into like a submarine sonar, which he calls his Lady Dar. And like he's seeing like the different women around the island. Like he's seeing the vice admirals. He's seeing like Dahl and Bluegrass. And then we land on.
I didn't pick up on that. That's great.
I'm sure there was a few other characters in there as well, like Stussy and Nami and whatnot. He's like, found her. And Frankie's like kind of amazed, like, "Oh, like, are you sure?" And then Sanji says, "Has my radar ever been wrong?" And I love this line from Vegapunk. He's like, "It's unscientific, but I'll trust it." Bonnie has to jump out of the way from an attack from Vice Admiral Pomsky, who's like got the Hulk Hogan thing going on, and he's swinging.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he totally looks like Hogan.
Yes, he's swinging a big clamshell on a stick, and again the great Bonnie animation of her like kind of deftly dodging reaching for the pistol, like the kind of backslide she does when she lands from dodging.
I like guffawed at just her, stumbling to reach the pistol. I thought that was such a fucking brilliant little piece of acting there. Like, God, stuff like that. Like when you do stuff like that, that's when I hit my microphone. See, I hit my microphone. When stuff like that happens, the simple things. But I thought that was really cool, and yeah, just them really getting mileage out of doing these Bonnie action sequences is great, because she's still like on the attack, but she's playing defensively, which we don't really get to see all that often with our characters. So it's really fun.
She's dodging gunshots and bouncing off of like the walls and like chunks of rubble. And she's got her gun and she's shooting something called an NDE. And like the Marines that are hit by it start to like hallucinate, like another point of view shot. Marine looking down at his hands like deteriorate into like a skeleton. He's like, "Oh no!" But then like we cut back to reality, and he just faints.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I thought like it was like something with her powers, like he was being aged into a skeleton. But then
it's a weird thing, because obviously it's near death experience, but
yeah, I forgot. There's a lot from this section of the arc that I'm like fuzzy on manga wise.
Mm-hmm. No, it was so funny. I was seeing this. I'm like, NDE, what does that stand for? And then like I'm like, oh, it's the skeleton bit. So I'm guessing she just imbues this power into the bullets, so they're not fatal. They're just near death, which is very kind of her to do.
And suddenly a pacifista is attacking her, even though they're not supposed to. And it turns out that this is possible because this one's been hijacked by Vice Admiral Bluegrass, who has the ride fruit. She can just attach she just grabs hold of a little horse pulley thing, and now she can control people. And she's trying to order Bonnie to like undo the spell of her age changing. but Bonnie is kind of like frozen in fright at she's being awash with memories of her dad and the memories she saw from her dad from the paw bubble. And then Sanji jumps in and scoops her up and gets her out of the way like a gentleman.
Glorious.
Back at the lab, the crew are caring for Robin's wounds. They've like laid her down in this like cushioned. It like looks like a coffin that they're putting her in. But it's just like a weird makeshift bed thing in a box.
Yeah, I thought, I'm like, did she get hurt again? I'm like, I knew she was already hurt, but
and Stussy also hurt, but she's fine to just sort of grab her side and limp. She and Edison have like this moment, like there's kind of like a silent understanding, like Edison recognizes that she's got business to do. She's got a plan. She's got something she might be sacrificing herself for or something. Cool, more Zoro Lucci action as like Lucci is kind of hiding in like this cloudy fog around the battlefield, and he's like pouncing on Zoro and kind of gloating him. And I love how the like when the camera's on Zoro and kind of like circling around him as he's kind of looking back and forth, and then that matches beautifully with the fight with Luffy and Kizaru, like the sort of the line of motion and the direction of the camera is just so seamless. And yeah, so Kizaru and Luffy are still fighting. Luffy's like playing on the like corners of the egg crack of Egghead, kind of like bouncing off or like hanging off of him like monkey bars almost. I like Kizaru's like laser kick that Luffy just sort of handstands himself off of. And this action, as well as the Lucci fight, is also like cross-cutting with Saturn in his office. Like the camera is also very dynamically like kind of spinning around him. The light from the window, the light beams from the windows is very intense in the dark room, but with the strong light coming through the windows, and the motif of the wine glass sort of teetering on the edge of the coffee table. Kizaru evades Luffy in turning into like a very beautiful looking light swirl, and Luffy's like, "Oh no, you don't!" And he starts to chase after him. But then like everybody on the island has to have a moment of like stopping and turning and being like, "Oh, what's that?" Because they're all having that "oh fuck" moment. They all feel that something's happening. And we get the big booming elderly man's voice saying, "Stand down, pacifistas." Which brings us to the eye catch of the episode. And then when we come back, the eye catch is coming in with the ominous music playing right through it. So the pacifistas have received their order. They're not listening to Atlas's orders. Atlas realizes what this must mean, and we get the same... we get the pacifista hierarchy images now rotating from Vegapunk up to the Five Elders. And then as like this cool kind of representation of the teleporting Saturn in his like big scary spider form. It's like rushing at the camera inside like this dark void. Like that's him traveling through the whatever liminal space he's moving through as the pentagram appears on the ground, and the Marines are all reacting to that. And big bursts of green dust clouds and the storm clouds are coming in and covering over Egghead. And Saturn from the green dust, and he's like forming into this purple black goo, and then solidifying into his hybrid zone form. And he's like, "Oh, solid ground. It's been a while." And the title card gives us Saint J. Garcia Saturn, Godhead of Science and Defense, 5 Elders, the highest authorities of the world government. And cool sequence of Vegapunk like just barely steering his car out of the way of another laser beam. But that the turn, the harsh turn, like has them like tipped over and they're like falling down into the city. Great camera shot of like Frankie's like yelling out to Luffy, and then the camera's like pulling out to we see the car like falling the super far distance, and now Kizaru's like kind of in the middle ground, and then we pull back further, and now like Luffy's in the foreground. Looking down, bird's eye on the city as the car is falling. Luffy pumps up his arm. He's throws a punch at Kizaru, but Kizaru shoots a laser and causes Luffy to like kind of spin out of control, and he turns into a little cartoon tornado with the eyes, the Tasmanian devil eyes in front of the tornado, as he's like having an idea. It's like, oh, I can use this momentum to my advantage. And so he turns himself into a big twisty Luffy, who redirects the kinetic energy to send another punch at Kizaru, but Kizaru kind of like barely kind of air steps aside from it. But Luffy is in Goofy mode, so his super powerful fist attack kind of just wraps around and conks Kizaru right in the temple and sends him flying. And then that's Luffy is now out of energy. He turns gray and he deflates and he falls. And now Saturn is appearing before Sanji and Bonnie. And Bonnie is frightened by the sight of him. She's remembering stuff from Kuma's memories. And she's quickly out of Sanji's arms, and she's running at Saturn. She's like scooping up a sword. Again, the same kind of style of animation that we've been seeing for Bonnie. Mm-hmm. As she's like just covering long distances on foot. She's like scoops up a sword that was sticking out of the ground, and she lunges it right into Saint Saturn's beard, which is apparently where he keeps all his blood, because to be continued. General thoughts on these two episodes, Steve?
Incredible achievements in action animation for sure. One of the first things I want to say is, I mean, Luffy versus Kizaru felt like a bigger deal to me in this. It's kind of weird how I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I guess Luffy did fight Kizaru. Maybe I just took that for granted during the manga, because I thought like, well, Kizaru's the guy who basically, was the wall at Shabandi Archipelago 2 years ago that split them all up. So he is fearsome. He's incredibly intimidating, and maybe I just forgot that. I took that for granted. So I really felt that this was like okay, this is the difference 2 years makes, where Luffy is fighting Kizaru alone, and kind of just like on his level, probably above his level. What I liked about Luffy in this too is Gear 5 Luffy felt more in tune, pun intended, with how I envisioned Gear 5. I think it was less like the stuff with Lucci, which I still enjoyed, but I'm less about the angry grin, red, glowing red eyes Gear 5 Luffy, and I'm more all about this goofier Gear 5.
It's a very comfortable balance of the coolness and the silliness.
Yeah, because it still felt cool, but I felt like it just wasn't getting too hardcore for One Piece. But it's some really great action sequences, and we talked about the Bonnie stuff, and I love that too. And for this episode, Sanji rescuing Bonnie looked great. It felt triumphant. I really enjoyed the Gachapon vehicle hijinks. I think those scenes were pulled off really well. But this arrival of Saturn on Egghead, the transformation was not anything like not anything like we've seen prior. It just was goopy and weird, and him like kind of fully forming and just his legs just piercing the ground. It felt fearsome. It felt like a big deal. I thought the direction of putting this guy over as a terrifying enemy was just I thought it was pulled off tremendously in this episode. I thought both of these were just really fun to watch. I don't think there was really any lulls in them for me. I mean, they're very action focused, but I just think they were great. I had a lot of fun watching these, and I realized, sorry, like I was kind of skimming through my volume too. I think that sequence with the Stussy and with Edison kind of like having that acknowledgement, I think that's not in the manga. I couldn't find that anywhere, so that might have just been an anime exclusive.
Yep, phenomenal episodes. Like the first episode is there's a good succession of like really strong standout action scenes. The second episode felt more like a cohesive, like it's not Megumi Ishitani, but it's like, you can see where all the other directors are like trying to up their game. Yeah, like and for like how good it does the goofiness. Like these are episodes that are firmly in the cool category, right? Like it's the sketchiness, it's the graphicness, it's the horror, it's the ambience, it's the like everything's got this kind of like delicate thin line work and just really, really earning that the seriousness and the stakes and but without it feeling like it's at the expense of the goofy heart of One Piece. Yeah, like this is the kind of episode that we were hoping the break was allowing them to make, right?
Yes. I think you gotta be patient. You gotta space out this stuff so that not every episode's gonna look like this, but like in moments like these, you want these episodes to have that little extra time in the oven to cook.
Yeah, and it makes me think about like I'm imagining like if I was an anime only person and I was like marathoning through Egghead and I got to this part, like I probably would have been really taken aback by how cool it is. Like I had it's like 2 episodes ago, this is not what I thought I was going to be seeing. Like it's just it's fun how easy it is to imagine getting like kind of swept off my feet by the action and by the surprisingly high stakes and good compelling drama. And yeah, I agree. Like I think it's doing a lot of work to make this the Kizaru factor of the arc like feel really significant.
Mm-hmm. And I already feel that way about Saturn as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Though the brown horns were interesting. I wasn't expecting the brown horns. I feel like they hurt more than they help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just expecting black,
Yeah. These are the kind of episodes that I want to see in One Piece. Nothing but good notes for me this week.
Nothing but net.
The One Piece stocks are going up.
At least someone's are.
Yeah. I'm really, really satisfied with where this arc is going. Where the anime is
this
going.
has been return to form.
And then
it's
some,
been great.
I would say.
Yeah. But I think it was a good time to do these recaps because we got we got a recap in the anime coming up next week. Gee, Bonnie and Kuma focus. I can't imagine why.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say before we move on to the next segment, Steve?
No, all good here. Glad to have One Piece back.
Me too.
Though now it's like messing me up because now, well, I don't normally watch. I don't think I normally watch on Saturday nights, but now it's like, well, geez, I gotta.
Well, it's not airing on Saturday nights anymore.
I know, yeah.
For us, it's like Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Still early enough for me, but I gotta make sure I see it. You know.
Yeah, you gotta read the chapter and watch the episode.
Yeah, busy mornings now. It's One Piece Sundays.
Well, thank you very much, Steve.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. It's just Sunday. Thank you, Sam.
Yes. Good talking to you. Let's move on to the next segment.
Let's do it.
This has been the One Piece Podcast, episode 867 for the week of Monday, May 5th. It's not actually the 4th, it's the 5th. That was a day off. Thank you, everyone, for joining us live from Atlanta. Before we get into our final segment, we're going to just do a quick plug around, let everyone know where you're at. So we'll start with Shannon. What you doing?
If you want to see my old YouTube videos, go on YouTube, type Strucci Movies, STRUCCI. Please check out Fight Together on the One Piece Podcast. It's a mini-series we did on actual, serious, real-world topics. We would try to bring in experts. It's, really serious and sincere, and we don't say the word bussy, I don't think. On that, we could check out Oddity Roadshow. It's a Southern Gothic, body horror actual play where I play a gay con man that Joel runs and Evan has been on, just wherever you get your podcasts. But for people
and
here,
I've been on it.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, that Delaney has been on multiple times.
Joel killed me.
Yeah, yeah, just like Goldie Roger killed that bussy.
God.
Oh yeah, and Delaney and I were on Rift Tank together as well.
Yeah, we were. It's a good episode.
I'm Evan. You can find me if you're in Atlanta the second Saturday of every month at the Terra Theater doing an MST3K style riff show. We did Total Recall last month. This month we're doing Star Trek 4, and we do that every month, and we have a huge slate because it is technically our 20th anniversary year. We've been doing Cineprov. I've not been a part of it for 20 years, but the troop has been going on.
What's the next date?
The next date is, May 12th, I think. That is Star Trek 4. And then after that is Starship Troopers, which is the official 20th anniversary.
May 12th is a Monday, is that?
Then it's the one before that.
Okay.
May 9th.
Hell yeah.
May 10th. Right? Yes. So there's that.
So this week?
Yes. No, next week. Yes, this week. If you're in Atlanta.
This week, when they're hearing this.
Yes, this week, if you're in Atlanta.
Just come to it.
Yeah.
Just Google it.
Look it up. And you can find me on the socials at Evan Brando Show. I do cartoons. I have a forthcoming podcast called Question Quest, which I believe will have premiered by then, but we'll see. Yeah.
I'm Joel. I got some shows. You can check them out.
I was on a couple of them.
Yeah, you're on them. A bunch of people have been on them.
So if you like me.
Delaney's been on
them. Shannon's been on them.
So if you like Delaney and Shannon.
Yeah. That's it. Do You Validate, Actual Play Podcast, bunch of stuff. You can find it all on our website. Oddity Roadshow, Critical Bits. I got a bunch of things. Rift Tank, go watch that. Oh yeah, you guys do what you. Hey, listen, I know none of you like me. I know. No.
You matched me.
No. Listen, I'm not talking to the people. I'm not talking to the people. I'm not talking to the people in this room. I'm talking to the fans. I know all of you going. Please stop. And here's the thing. I won't. So, if you like my antagonistic energy, it's worse on every other thing that I get to be in charge of. So go to doyouvalidate.com. You can find all of our stuff there. Like I said, Oddity Roadshow, The Astonishing Adventures of the SS Batship, and Critical Bits are my 3 actual plays. Rift Tank is an improvised podcast where I come up with a movie or TV show concept within an hour. Evan's been on an episode, Shannon Delaney an episode together. And then if y'all like quality stuff, which I know you do because you like One Piece, we got a Riverdale fan cast called Jingle Jangle,
Jesus
which I was
Christ.
on,
which Evan's on, and so is Shannon. So that's go check out my stuff. And I don't care that you got mad at me this whole time. It fuels me.
Jill, do you have something else you'd like to say or could say to make somebody mad about your One Piece opinions?
There's too many side characters later on in the arcs. I don't think that's like a.
That's I think Wano has too many people. That's not that contentious.
I don't think that's like a crazy,
No.
crazy thing. Also, I just I don't know what Oda identifies as sexually, but it better be he better just understand that he's just a little queer man having a fun time.
That's crazy.
What? You say, look, the way he draws men and women, that dude's trying to get it
having a blast.
across the board.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's having a time.
You should really read Golden Kamuy.
Yeah,
To me,
you
the energy
should.
off that about how much that man loves men.
yeah.
Also JoJo?
Yep.
JoJo's
JoJo's the big one,
But-
because he did women once
I
and
was
was like,
gonna say.
no, never again.
Golden Kamuy.
Did Oda do that?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh no, I'm not saying that One Piece is like. I'm just saying, like, listen, we all know who loves big buff men. Other
Golden
big
Kamuy
buff
guy.
men.
He wrote a hockey manga before that, and that is like one of the gayest things you
Hockey's
can
the
do.
gayest thing you can do.
Speaking of big buff men, Vero, where can people find you?
Hi. You guys, Skinko Crown, you know where it is. I should plug this. You guys can see art and cosplay stuff on my Patreon. It's Skinko Crown. That bitch is everywhere. And you can come say hi to me and Steve at MomoCon if you're going to be attending next month. But be normal. I'm giving out Jello shots on Friday, so if you find me Friday, come get a Jello shot. Okay, bye.
You fucking better.
I'm dressing up as Juniper from Fields of Mystria, and her whole gimmick is that she makes you take fucked up potions, so I'm going to give out fucked up potions.
That's great.
Nice.
Walmart brand Jello shots.
The greatest potions of the modern era. The best shit. And I've been Delaney, as always. Infinite Snow on Blue Sky. Delaney Jordan on Twitter, but I'm trying to ease off of that. Infinite Snow Productions on YouTube. A couple of you guys came from the last time I was on. Thank you so fucking much for your comments. It was really nice. Even if Zach woefully misrepresented what it was fucking about, he did everything in his power to make that sound bad. But it is looking like it's gonna be like the best performing on the channel, and I'm so stoked. My Patreon is Infinite Snow Productions as well. By the time this episode goes up, I'm gonna have opened a new producer tier, where if you pay $20 a month, you get a big credit. We chat future videos, and you get I think there's some other perk, but it's 4 a.m. I don't remember. But that's about what's going on with me. As for the One Piece podcast, you can find us on Blue Sky at One Piece Podcast. We have our website. We have a Patreon as well, which, I mean, like, by proxy is also kind of my Patreon because, you know, it every little bit, but it's not the same one. It's just, you know, your funds help us grow the podcast and try new things. We have, I don't think the Skype number has been disconnected yet. I believe we were still on a time limit for that.
Yeah, I think Zach still has to. You can call anytime. I don't know the number. Something Maji.
You can currently call. The last episode has that number. I don't have that number.
You guys aren't listening
I never
for
listened
that.
to
No.
it.
Yeah.
So go back to last week's round off and look that shit up. But with that being said, that's all of our plugs for this week.
Delaney, cue the Yaoi Thunderdome theme song.
Kissing men. I'm gonna edit something in. I've made it my life's mission to make
I
it
think
worse
that was
every
charted
fucking time.
in the UK.
Yeah.
Wait.
It did,
Can I?
yeah.
Can
That
I?
was in
Can
the
I,
Monkey movie.
Can I?
Robbie Williams.
Can I give you? Can I give you some stuff?
Uh-huh.
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
Folks.
to add in.
We have 10 minutes.
All right.
Dear listeners, for those of you who are here, you guys know by now what Yaoi Thunderdome is, but our contestants here have never played. Delaney, have you played Yaoi Thunderdome? I don't remember. I think you did last time, right?
Yeah, last time we were on.
Yeah, okay.
I thought it was just a hit song.
The people in front of me, okay, I gotta do this in 10 minutes. So, basically, fan fiction. We all know it. We all love it. Who doesn't like to read about boys and girls smooching? Maybe each other. There's a website called Archive of Our Own. It's great. People upload their fan fictions here. I'm going to give you ships, two character relationships, and I'm going to ask you how many fan fictions, how many works do you think are written about each fic or about each ship? To help narrow the numbers down in your mind, there are less than 100,000 fics for One Piece. It's not. I think the thing is that AO3 in relative to One Piece is new. I think the website popped up around the time of 2010, 2013, something like that.
It's so much older. That's so weird.
I know. Well, I had fanfiction.net. Fanfiction.net
right.
died.
Yeah. Rest in power.
Mm-hmm. So there's many fics where I'm like, damn, I want to know what they thought in 2003. To go on Arlong Park or whatever the hell that is. Were you writing fan fiction on there?
No, but I was on there.
Yeah, you were.
Under a different name, I'll never tell.
I'm going to keep it small, and I'm going to have all of you guys play against me because I don't want this to have to take too long. Off the bat, Lalu, Law and Luffy, or Luzo. Luffy and Zoro.
Whoa.
Or Zolu, whatever you want to call it.
That's really hard.
I think Lalu.
Lalu or
Oh, which one has more?
Yep,
Lalu's
it's
better.
more popular.
Yeah.
Lalu's really
Lalu's
popular.
Lalu is the hot new toy.
It's Luzo. What are we talking about?
I feel like Lalu probably.
It's contentious because some people are like, Luffy is asexual and a minor.
But he's in both of them. I think it's
The
Luzo.
show's been going for 30 years.
He's not a minor anymore either. I mean, just from seeing fandom stuff, I'm assuming Lalu, but I might be wrong.
There's going to be a lot of people who are
I'm
writing it
gonna go
based
Lalu.
on just the live action show. It's so Lazo.
Are those people writing fanfiction though? Well,
Yes.
whatever. I'll take. Okay.
All right. So what's our final?
I think Luffy Lalu.
Is that it? The final
Lalu.
answer?
You might be right.
I think it's-
That is correct.
Damn.
Yeah.
There's double the Lalu fic than Luffy and Zoro.
It is-
Can you guys
I
tell me?
like it.
It is the second most popular ship in the fandom, right after Zosan,
Zosan, yeah,
because
of course.
Zosan is the bread and butter you get at an Italian restaurant that you didn't order.
Wait, who's that? That's...
Zoro
Zoro
and
and
Sanji.
Sanji.
Oh yeah, the enemy.
The green-haired
enemy-
guy.
No,
and
I
the
know.
cryptid guy.
The enemies to
Okay,
lovers. Yeah.
now bringing it back, something smaller. Also, our dear listeners submitted most of these. You guys, some of you gave me some really serious ships, and I was like, oh, I can work with these. And some of you guys gave me absolute bullshit. I was like, guys, come on, what are we doing here? I love you all. And then a lot of the ones you guys requested just had no fix whatsoever written about it. So tried to include all of them. Hina and Smoker, or Jinbei and Robin.
Ooh.
Jinbei Robin.
Ooh. I like Hina and Smoker a lot, actually, just as a side.
I like it.
They're so
This
cute.
isn't a question of like. This is just popularity.
Yeah, but fandom people
Yeah.
are so weird, and Jinbei, I love Jinbei. He's not like traditionally attractive at all. As much as I love him. I don't know. I'll go with whatever y'all say on this one.
I'm going Jinbei Robin because I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm more curious about it. But I also just think that Straw Hat.
Like, imagine
I was wrong about the Luzo though.
Robin's hands. Just how many? My God.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What do you think, Delaney?
What's the other option? It was Smoker and...
Smoker and Hina and Jinbei and Robin.
I'm gonna go with Smoker. I feel like they don't write a lot of age gap fanfic in the One Piece fandom.
Interesting point. Oh, I might be coming around on this one.
What's your final answer?
That's my call.
I think
I'm
I think
going
I flipped
Hina.
a Smoker.
Smoker Hina?
Yep.
That's correct.
Hell yeah,
Let's
brother!
go.
To
Delaney.
16, which is kind of crazy. Only
Yeah.
16 Jinbei Robin fix.
Mine was
Holy shit.
solely based off of.
Okay, we're going fast. Next, Sanji and Katakuri, or Baruch and Sanji.
Oh, Sanji Katakuri. People are freaks for
yeah.
Katakuri.
Which one's Katakuri?
Not close. People are
The
freaks.
guy-
He's got a giant mouth. He's so tall.
Luffy fights in Whole Cake.
Oh yeah.
He's also involved in the
Donut
whole
guy.
cake of it all. It's no brainer here.
I'm gonna go
Yep.
Sanji Katakuri because I don't respect anything about Brooke.
I think Sanji Katakuri makes no sense, but just based on how fandom works, that's probably the more popular
People
one.
love Katakuri.
I love Katakuri.
Is that your final
That's
answer?
the donut man, right?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
What the hell?
What are the
There are
numbers?
69 Brooke Sanji
Nice.
fics and only
Nice,
57.
Hell
Sanji
yeah!
Oh, because
Okay.
they're both freaks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
If you,
yeah, okay, all right.
if your favorite's Brooke, Paul Byron, you're wrong.
This is the chainsaw.
Okay.
It's the Chainsaw Man thing. If they're both so sexually frustrated
We got
that they
2
find
minutes.
We don't want to
connection.
attack
Whitebeard.
anyone for their opinions on Brooke, Paul.
Whitebeard and Roger, Big Mom and Kaido.
Big Mom Kaido.
I think
Whitebeard
Whitebeard Roger.
Whitebeard.
I think Whitebeard wrong.
Whitebeard
I think
Roger.
for more. I think
You
because
could be right.
also I
No,
I
it's-
drew that book.
Yeah, it's Whitebeard Kaido or Whitebeard Rogers.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
30 to
Kaido
22.
Big Mom. Better,
Kaido's kind
Here's
of boring
another
to me.
two diametrically opposed: Toshigi and Nami, love them. Garp and Sengoku.
but- Whoa, that's a
Garp
weird one.
Sengoku.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think
I think
no
Oh, well, we have-
Nami.
Who's Toshigi?
Toshigi
Smoke-
is
the one
the-
who works with
Assistant,
Smoker?
the
Oh.
one
She's
with
got
the
glasses.
swords. She looks like
Oh, the one that where like they just don't care about her backstory because she's a woman and they made it suck. Yeah,
Wait, are you telling me?
I think Garp Sengoku.
I'm Toshigi Nami.
I feel like Toshigi Nami because everyone, we got some horny people out there.
What's your final answer?
Toshigi,
What's Delaney?
One.
Nami?
Toshigi.
2,
Toshigi
3.
Nami.
Okay.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
54
Hell
to
yeah.
47. Usually the
close. That's
lesbians
tight,
don't
though.
win.
That's tight.
Last one. You guys are winning against me, but it's not. We're just having fun. Last one. Somebody specifically requested the Citrus Trio, which I thought was really cute,
Whoa.
which is Zoro, Sanji, and Nami,
Mhm.
versus Usopp and Sanji.
Ooh, I know Usopp and Sanji's pretty popular.
Is it really?
Uso-san.
Uso-san. But the threesome is interesting.
I feel like there's just if
Yeah.
we're just going to sheer volume, it's gonna be
Actually, I'm gonna throw one more in. I'll do a 3-way
Oh,
because we have a 3-way.
nice.
all right.
Or Yamato and Ace.
Ooh,
Ooh, Yamato
I think
and
fuck.
Ace.
I think Uso-san.
Yeah, I think Uso-san.
I think that too. Yeah.
Yamato and Ace is
Yeah.
really good though.
I'm gonna go with Sasan.
Sorry, I felt like I sneezed. That is correct.
Yeah.
There's about 750 Uso-san fics. You guys are so good at this. You know who sucks ass? The guys. They usually do. But I
Wow.
usually kind of try to trick them a little bit. I try to I fuck with them.
I won't hear this Stephen Paul slander. He has gotten
Steven
quite.
is
he's
really,
pretty good
really
at
good
it.
at it. Because he's sitting there and he's like, okay, well then in chapter 372, they talked for this and they said this to
Steven
each other.
Tran-
He's got the
One
Sherlock
Piece.
Mind Palace.
Yeah, he's doing the Sherlock Mind Palace. I marked that one down. Stephen Paul's Mind Palace.
Yeah.
Stephen Paul.
Yeah.
How many fanfics are there of Bon Clay and Boa Hancock? And
None. But our listeners might make one.
And where can Joel find them?
Oh!
You guys, you did so good at the Yaoi Thunderdome. I'm so proud of you. Can we get at the children's like, yay?
A little stock child sound effect.
Yay!
Yeah, do a British boy being happy right now, Delaney.
Huzzah!
Why, sir? It's Thunderdome.
Well, then I haven't missed it.
Oh, sir!
Oh,
Is it still Yaoi Thunderdome?
I cooked so
I
song
will
for everyone.
I will keep Yaoi Thunderdome in my heart
Sorry,
always.
sir. Sorry, sir. I can't open the door. My hand's so sore from doing all the fanficking. Oh, sir, please tell me Yaoi Thunderdome hasn't ended. I have a little cough.
You boy, spend the rest of the day on
You
AO3.
boy, what day is it? Oh, sir, it's Yaoi Thunderdome Day.
Yes, it
It's-
is.
You know what day it is? It's Fujo Friday.
But there's still time. Oh.
Delaney,
Go to
please
bless us, everyone.
take us away from here.
This has been the One Piece podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. I don't know if there's a chapter. Who's to say whatever happens? But until then, my name is Zach.
My name is Steve.
Goodbye, everyone.